Hello. I hope everybody's having a good evening. Uh, like I said, I had a lot of breaking news. Nothing's going on. So, you know, we can talk about a whole lot of hopium or a whole lot of false flags or whatever you want to talk about or gloom and doom. I don't see that there's a point in that. Uh, Maybe somebody will show up. I got a couple in here. Uh, Dorinda, Red, hello. Uh, Red, before we get busy, do you want to pop up here and say hi or anything? I don't know if you do or not, but here in a second, Dorinda, I'll drop the link for you too and let you bail off in here. And it's getting a few out there watching, but no one in the chat. So Red's going to have to show her high heels or something. No, I just said if you want to pop up in here before we get real busy, I'd let you. Hey, Linus. How are you, girl? Yeah, just it's these damn allergies. I can't remember the name of one of the ones, but it's really got me kind of whooped last couple months, actually. And between the real hot and the rainy, and then the real hot and the rainy, it's kind of really got me kind of screwed up. So I still got a little bit of a leaky water tap. It's in the middle of my face. So, but it's okay. It'll go away eventually. Hopefully. Hey, Carol C. How are you, girl? Jebaniel 7. Hello. I think I said that correctly. Jebaniel 7. Anyway, I hope everybody's had a really good Saturday. Fat man, how you doing? No. Never asked you to go away. If I did, I'd be polite about it. I'd say, don't go away mad, just go away. But I haven't done that yet, so you're good. If you cause a disturbance in the force, then we may talk about it. But right now, I don't see no disturbance in the force. So anyway, I hope everybody had a good Saturday, and I hope they're having a great weekend. I'm thinking Rob may pop up. I'm not sure. I didn't get to talk to him much today. Matter of fact, I don't even think I talked to him today. Yeah, fat man. You are the disturbance. Okay, fair enough. I think Rob, that'd be neat if his guys would come up too. I'd like to see his guys and get an actual face on and hello with them, and I think that'd be pretty neat. Which one, Dorinda? The first one or the second one? Yeah, the second one. I got lots of comments on. Somebody said that was one of the best shows they've seen. I thought, what? Didn't have many viewers, but I didn't care about that. I just had a good time and talked to some really, neat people, and that's all I care. There's some out there that have a misunderstanding, and yes, I watch numbers. Do I really care about them? No. Do I keep up with them? Yes. But is that my goal? No. So, but it's a misunderstanding, and it's probably my fault. I'll take the blame for it. But it is what it is. I'm going to yeah. I'm going to go ahead and capture this link and post it. All right, it should be there now. Jeb Neal, I do get a question. Where have I seen you before? I kind of recognize the name, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm live, hon. Yeah, don't touch nothing. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Yeah, say it louder. Say it. Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
There you go. So,
It's Alpha.
yeah, that's me. That's Hefe.
Alpha?
Yeah, that's me. Sorry, guys. I got a 2-year-old.
Hi, guys.
I got a 2-year-old entertaining me while I'm live. So she's trying to help me better my stream here, give it some entertainment value. Yeah, she's a little turd. A lot of fun. Yeah, Jeb Neal, I thought that's where I seen you. Yeah, when she's sweet, but when she's not, holy cow. That is hell on wheels. Gerald Cummins, hello. Yeah, she's an ornery little turd when she's not well rested and had her belly full. Boy, she could be a terror. She was worse than that 2-year-old boy I raised. She acts too much like her mama. So anyway, I did drop the link, Dorinda. He wanted to pop in. Looks like we got one that showed up. Ray, how you doing?
Oh, I just thought I'd show up so that I could scare the kid. So
She's already upstairs. She left. Yeah, I'm glad you showed up all prepared. You didn't have your headset or nothing on.
Well,
Looks like we got Milo in the background, so I'm going to pull him up. As long as he don't start talking over people, I guess we'll be okay. Hey, Milo. Sounds like you got a little bit of an echo, Milo.
Oh.
You must have YouTube still on, bud.
Yep. There we go.
All right, yeah, sounds much better.
Okay, no. You said you had a 2-year-old back there?
Yeah, she was trying to help entertain.
Hey, you know what? Your granddaughter?
Not really, but yes.
Okay. You know
It's
what?
not my biological, but yes, they live upstairs.
So no, all I can say is grab onto them, hold them, hug them, because they are our future.
Yeah. Sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes that's kind of scary when you see what some of them turn into without the proper guidance and
I
get them down the right path. Yeah,
I agree with you completely on that, and and you're absolutely right. But I found out that an aunt of mine has gone down that same path. So it's really not an age thing; it's a mentality thing.
Absolutely. And like I always tell every young adult that's having children, I said, if you don't get them under kind of control now, once they hit 14, all you are is a bumper cushion trying to head them down the right path, because they're not going to listen to a damn thing you say. And then they wonder why they're in trouble or somewhere they don't want to be. What was that, Ray? I apologize.
No, you're fine. I just said God help us all.
Yeah. I
Well,
seen a meme. Hey, Dorinda. I seen a meme from, I don't know, 15 years ago, and it was a little 3-year-old or so, and laying face down on a Walmart floor, kicking and screaming and throwing a fit. And then that same kid, supposedly, was one of the Antifa that was burning down Portland. And so that just showed there was no discipline. They had no respect for authority. They
Well,
didn't care.
you don't
Well-
have to talk to me about people, parents, and their children. I work for the state for unemployment and nutrition assistance.
Right.
I've seen it all. There ain't nothing that you're going to tell me that I haven't seen in the office.
Okay, I have one for you. Okay,
Go for it.
my kid pulled that little stunt like that kid you were talking about in the store. Okay,
Yes.
what does mom do? Mom lays on the floor, starts screaming like a banshee, kicking and screaming and yelling and hooting and hollering. And the kid looked over and goes, "What are you doing?" I looked at him and I said, "I'm pulling a you." I said, "Now would you like to get your ass up and let's get out of the store?" I said, "Before I kill you." Yes, Mom.
Oh, my mom, she wouldn't have no. I mean, we go throwing a fit at the store, which we never did. But every once in a while, one of them would, and she was not scared to drag your ass out of that store, whooping you all the way to the car and throw you in the back seat of that car, and that's where you stayed till she was done.
Well,
Yep.
I done told you guys the story with my brother, right? And his kids in the store.
No, I don't think so, Fat Man.
Well, my brother took his 2 kids to the store, grocery shopping, and they were acting out. Some Karen decides to come up to my brother. "Excuse me, sir. Do you need help?" My brother looked at her square in the face and said, "Yeah, can you hold this one down so I can get a good whack in?" Karen just started taking off the other direction.
Hello, Christina. Sorry I didn't get to say hello when you jumped in here, but hello.
Hello, Discernment. Hello, Christina.
Hey, discernment.
I remember a time that when I was married and we were taking my daughter, she was about 3 years old, and we were out shopping, and we're going to head to this restaurant, and she started pitching a fit, and I grabbed her hand and started walking back to the car. She goes, "Where are we going?" We're going home." "What do you mean we're going home? We haven't eaten yet." "Well, no, you're acting up, and you do not deserve to go into that restaurant and eat. We're going home." "No, that's not right."
Says who?
Oh yeah? Well, when I start that car, you're going to know how right it is. That's what my parents would have done to me. They would have in an instant. And that's what the problem with it is today is these kids, and maybe part of their problem is their parents that are my age, didn't do that with the kids now. They did not teach them any respect.
Hello, Stands Alone. No, the government took your
Are you on
ability
mute?
Oh,
to discipline your children, and some parents still did it. Hello, that was me.
well, my mom would never have acted like Milo. Not at all.
No, she wanted you on mute.
My mom would have straight cold cocked us.
Oh,
She
yeah.
didn't care.
Stands alone. Hello. Sorry, I didn't get to say hello just a second ago. We was in the middle of a conversation. I didn't want to interrupt.
Hello, KN. Sorry.
But that was
You're good.
also during a time where when you grew up in the neighborhood and you did something wrong, you had to run the gauntlet home.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's parent got a good whack in.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been beat by about as many parents that weren't mine as I did my own.
Right?
Because back in them days, yeah, you got your butt whipped. If you screwed up at their house,
You ran the gauntlet.
capital punishment belongs at their house. And trust me, they
And every
exercise
house
it.
and every house on the way home.
Yep. Yeah, you take alleys and dirt roads and back roads. You do not go in public areas.
All I know is that my mom had this yardstick. She had a yardstick holder because she did a lot of fabric stuff. And she got that out one day and hit me in the ass with that and broke it and looked at me and said, "Wait till your dad gets home."
It's hard to break a leather belt, isn't it?
2 inch wide white belt at that.
Oh, yeah. Patrick Kelly, Michael Gale, good to see you, buddy. Sorry I got a little tied up. We couldn't get hooked back up again today, but let's if you're available tomorrow, maybe we can get something done then.
I did something stupid, of course. which is
Jen,
nothing
yes,
new.
we can see your
Yeah.
comments.
My mom decided she's going to punish me, and she beat me with a broomstick. The broomstick broke. Then she beat me because I broke the broomstick.
Yeah, over your own back.
Yeah.
Well,
See, that's funny how that
my
works.
mother had this wooden paddle. It was about yay wide, about a little longer than that, about that long. And on it, it was painted for the cute little deer with the bear behind.
I remember that in elementary school, but what it had written on it was Board of Education.
Oh,
Yep. Joshua Walker, yeah, that's probably true. Who knows? But yeah, that's probably true. No open casket for the queen due to maybe freezer burn. Who knows?
hello, Michael. I loved your stories the other night. It was awesome.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and that's what we had to finish. That's what we had to finish talking about.
I'm sitting in chat yesterday trying to be a mod instead of coming up on panel. And I'm like, I'm right there. I've got the person. I'm clicked on the little button and the button didn't work. And I clicked on it again and it said block whatever. And I was going to hit block and Red got it. She's so darn good. I love that lady.
There's times she's too effective. I couldn't even get in there to do it for permanent, and she'd already. Oh, sorry, Shane. I'm like, damn, girl.
But it was like,
Give a brother a chance here.
at the time, it was like, crap. I didn't get to do anything. Crap. But Red is so awesome. We love you,
She's as
Red.
a person as a gift.
Hang on a second here. Are
Red
you
is
on
so
mute
good.
again?
Red is so good that she's actually blocked Shane.
Probably.
Oh crap! I forgot to go look at something. She asked me to do. I hate to dig back through all my damn messages.
Go do it.
Well, there was somebody that accidentally might have got hit, and she wanted to make sure that they wasn't one of them. I can't remember what the name was.
Red,
Red, do you mind mentioning that? And well, there was a bunch of that crap going on, and
So
she thinks she might have hit somebody.
So Red's your hit man?
Yeah.
Oh, Red's my sniper. Yeah, you jack around with me, she will snipe you from anywhere in the world, right from where she sits.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's good.
Well, I was just trying to help you out the other night, Red, but I think I was just
Okay.
kind of like stupid.
All right.
That's kind of how I felt.
Red said everything is good, other than I called it the wrong he or her. So sorry about that if I insulted anybody, but okay, Red. As long as it's all good.
Red has that boomerang high heel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I'm talking about.
Didn't she have little red boots on one day?
She keeps showing them occasionally in the chat. She's wearing a dress and red boots or something.
Yeah.
those
Those
boots
little
are
red
meant for
boots,
walking
man,
over you.
will kick your butt.
Oh, yeah.
And she can
Never miss-
hit you. She can hit you with that high heel from 100 yards away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it returns to her automatically.
If
Automatic
it don't, trust me. Trust me, you'll wish it would have. Because she'll come headhunting it back down. But anyway, no, I'm glad to see people are starting to kind of show up a little bit. Some go, some stay, some come and go, and it's all good. Okay, good, Red. Good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stay too long. I just, like I said, came up to scare off the 2-year-old so you could have your attention on your chat.
Oh, she around me, she's pretty good. When mom gets around, she's kind of a
Pain?
yeah, and but around me, she don't get away with much, and it's not because I'm mean. I think it's more the voice,
Yep.
and it's more of a soothing to her and a control figure than it is. And I've only had to swat her once, and trust me, I walked out. I was going to go out and get her one day, and it was the same day I'd swat her earlier, and she seen me coming, and she hid behind Mama and started screaming and crying. Says, "No, Hefe, no, Hefe, no, Hefe." She did not want me to swat her again. I said, "Then you listen to your mother. When she tells you something, you mind." Yes, Hefe. And that was it. I turned around and went back in the house.
Yeah.
No sense in, she got the message.
Yep.
It's all that matters.
Yep.
It's all that matters. If they
You
get
only
the
got to
message,
you only got to put the fear of God in them once. And after
oh
that,
yeah,
they mind like a champ.
some people are not that wise.
Well, and some people don't believe in spanking their children. There's a difference between spanking and beating the hell out of them.
Well,
One's discipline, one is abuse. There
Yep.
is a big difference.
Yep. I used to discipline my children, not abuse my children.
Correct.
there is a difference.
Yes.
Although at the time, I'm sure my children thought they were being abused.
Oh, yeah.
Put
Hell,
it
even
that
I
way.
did when I was growing up.
Well,
Not a-
like when my kids were little, I'd have the phone number highlighted in the phone book for Children's Aid, which is RCAS, CS, whatever the hell it's called over there.
Right.
And I said, and by the time you call that, you're gonna have your whooping in.
Oh, yeah. It'll be done and over with long before they get here.
Yeah. So they never actually called them on me.
I remember a time that my dad gave me a spanking and says, "I'm going to spank you until you cry." And he hit me the first time, and it was freaking loud. Really didn't hurt, but it was loud. And my sister started crying, going, "Please just cry, make it stop."
Yep. Yeah, I kind of went through some of that myself.
Yeah.
Like I said, I look back on it. Back then, it was just detrimental. It was, but we didn't have no such thing as DHS or CPS or any of that crap.
No, they were
So-
still there. They were just people had common freaking sense.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't a liberal thing. It wasn't like these liberals. You touch somebody in the wrong way. That's assault. Don't do that. You wicked, wicked man.
Well, everybody got Sue happy.
There's the problem.
Yep.
It became a legal initiative.
Discriminate. I have the body of an elephant. Discriminate says he has the memory of an elephant. I'm like, hell, forget the memory. I got the body.
Yeah, try moving that couch when he's laying on it.
Ain't happening, huh?
No. Well, and especially if Milo's laying with him. If he
Now,
leaves,
why would you be laying with Ray?
no, Milo the dog.
Oh, okay.
Hey, now there's some things that we just
But-
don't want to talk about and give away our privacy.
There are times that I've gone out there and Ray has left enough room on the couch, and Milo the dog is like, "This is my spot, and I'm gonna lay here, and I don't what he thinks." And Ray'll move with his leg, and it's like Milo's like, "Nope, I'm done. You left the spot open. It's mine now."
That's awesome.
He's a good boy. And the dog is too sometimes.
Okay.
I think he's
I
giving you a friendly wave.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I didn't, you know what? It was
Corporal
offensive.
finger.
It was offensive, and I didn't want it on screen.
But you wanted it to be known. Okay.
Of course. Oh, of course. I got to get a beer.
All right.
He was showing me his corporal finger.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens. I talked to Chuck a little bit ago when I jumped on his for a few minutes, and he said he may try to jump over here a little bit later. He was going to get a few things he need to take care of, so I
Yeah.
told him I'd get on around 8. So
I didn't hear you say what time you were going on. I was like, from the time Chuck's ended, I was like, kept checking your thing to see if you were going on.
yeah, he asked me. He says, "So you think you're going to go on?" I said, "Well, that's why I was checking with you and Bonnie. So I didn't want to step on anybody's toes." And he says, and I asked Bonnie, and she says no, and Chuck says no. But what are you going to do? 7:38? I said, "Yeah, probably 8." And he says, "Okay, well, I'll jump over there." He had a few things to do, so hopefully he'll pop in here in a little bit.
Was that
Yep.
Milo?
Yep, that's Milo Jr.
What a beautiful dog.
He's a goofball.
Aren't they
saw
all
an-
though?
I saw a notification on YouTube. Shane going live 5:36 p.m. I'm like, okay, 5:36. That means he'll be going live around about 6:15.
You know, everybody keeps saying they're saying weird times. And I go back and look, and mine are exactly what I set them for.
Well, earlier when I was waiting for you to come live, instead of saying like 9 o'clock my time, it said 8:30.
Yeah, mine said 8 Central.
8:31. Something stupid.
Yeah, see, and I set it for 8 Central, period.
Yeah.
8 Central.
Yeah. Well, mine said it was 8:30 my time. You were supposed to go live, then 8 o'clock your time is like 9 o'clock my time.
Correct. And you said
And I'm
9
like-
Central. I said, yeah, about 10 minutes. Remember, I
Yeah,
said
and like I had already messaged you, so I knew you were coming on.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. And I was still clicking on your thing because I'm an idiot. And then I went to YouTube, and all of a sudden you appeared. I'm like, okay, click on that. You'll be fine.
Hey, Finding Keno, hello.
Hello, Finding Keno.
And apparently, I don't know if you all understood it, but Milo had something to say to y'all.
I
Yeah,
heard that.
he was speaking his mind.
That's right.
Well,
And we all respect that.
That's what, I guess that's what we're here for.
Except when it happens at 4 o'clock in the morning and you're trying to sleep.
Yeah, that's a little different.
Well,
Then you speak your mind real well. Shut the hell up.
no, when my dog tries that with me, I just sleep on like he's not saying a word because I hear nothing. And
I
then
thought
he-
I heard nothing, but
Then he comes out here and bothers my daughter because she's playing on the computer still. And she puts him out because Mom doesn't hear him, and Mom just goes to sleep.
Milo would wake the living dead.
Um,
And the dead too.
the fire alarm can go off, and I don't hear it.
Oh, growing up, the tornado sirens I lived right next to a tornado siren. They could go off and not wake me up.
Yep.
That dog, on the other hand,
A little different story, is it?
very much so.
So I'm just now thinking maybe I should take Milo to England, get in line, and see if we can wake up Queen Elizabeth.
Well, you probably need to take it to DC and wake up that dead person, see if you can pull their heads out of their asses.
Well,
Well, there's a difference between dead and head up their ass.
have you heard that on Monday, Trump, Obama, Clinton, and somebody else, I can't remember who at this point,
It would have
are
to
all
be
meeting
Bush.
in Washington to have a memorial service for the Queen?
Yeah, that
And
would
all
be
I'm going to
Bush.
say is why didn't we break away from England because we were tired of royalty and all that BS that went along with it? To me, Queen Elizabeth's death is just another death. It's unfortunate, but shit, she had a better life than almost every human being in the world will ever have. She was waited upon hand and foot her entire life. You know what? Screw that. It's about time she's dead.
No. Wait. No, she was not. She was actually a member of the military and held a very important role in the motor pool during World War II. She actually did something. That is why she also made her son uh, join the military and actually serve in a regiment, and her grandsons. She believed in that because when she became queen was just prior to or during World War II, and she demanded the same service of her children that she did before or as she became queen.
Well, that may be all great, fine, and dandy, but here's the bottom issue. 1776, was our breaking point from England
Thank
and
you.
the reign. And so when that happened, why in the hell do we give two shits what they do over there, just like they don't give two shits what we do over here, unless we're not bowing to their feet?
Yeah,
I do not,
but
and will not bow to their feet. We broke away from them for a reason.
yeah, but Shane,
Yes.
when it became a corporation, 90% of your tax money went there.
Oh, well, I know where it went. I know all the stories and I know all the theories and stuff behind it. But I'm going to tell you, we got away from them for a reason. And we got
Yep.
so good at our tax laws, they adopted our laws.
Yep.
That's why we got away from them,
Yep.
because it was too strict. And
Yeah.
they adopted ours because, our politicians got so good at it.
And guess whose country did not fall away from them?
Australia?
Do I give two craps about the Queen? No.
Oh, I
I'm
don't
glad she's
either.
dead. Cheers.
Oh, you talking about that country with true poo poo?
Yes.
Trudeau.
You got it right the first time, Shane.
I thought I got it right. True poo poo.
Yeah, you got that right too.
Well, the first part of his name is Turd.
Yep.
If I let a turd out like that, I'd run and hide.
I'd have
Just
flushed
saying.
it. I would not have
That
revolved
would
that
be
one.
too good for it.
Yeah, that one should have been
Hey, Shane. Apparently there was no flushing that one.
Probably not.
They got stuck with it.
Yeah, they did a whole triple flush and it still didn't work.
Hey, DJ Smith. Hello. Sorry I missed you a second ago.
Hello, DJ.
There is a company out there that is making shirts that they put historical things on the shirt and they put something comical with it. And one of them is the Declaration of Independence, kind of in the background, and it's at the very top of it. It says the ultimate breakup letter.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That was our divorce.
Yeah. Oh, there's another one that's got Custer on it going, uh-oh.
Yeah. But what do? We do all we can, and
I think that is what it's kind of what this country or that company is looking at, is putting these funny things on these shirts. But it's, hey, you know what? Learn from history.
yep.
If you don't learn from it, you're doomed to fail it again.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Welcome back to 1776. We're living it.
Yeah. As Orwell predicted in 1884.
Somewhere back in there. 1871 is what kick-started the whole damn deal, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Now, some will disagree, but I believe it was 1871.
Well,
The Act,
Orwell,
the Act of the United States Government Company Campaign, LLC, and it was signed to be able to help with the government. And that's where everything turned to shit.
well, I mean, I don't know if you've all read and or seen anything of all the stuff Orwell did, but it's all coming to pass. Not just the 1984, but Animal Farm and things like that, if you've ever read those. And they're downright scary concepts.
Ain't so scary today as it were back then.
Well, no, the scary part of it is that when he wrote it, everybody just laughed it off. You look
Yeah,
back at it. You look back at it now, and you're like, this guy might not have been such a crackpot.
Right.
He knew what the hell he was talking about.
Yeah, it's been a little. Well, like I said, I haven't been real impressed with the government since 1984 when they took the vote away from the American people on any law that goes through. Period. When they took it away from the states and put it in DC's hands, which is not even affiliated with the United States, they're a foreign land owned by foreign.
You're
owned
right.
by foreign.
They actually are.
Yeah, it's its own sovereign land owned by somebody else, which is called Britain, and that's just all there is to it.
Yeah.
Because in 1781, they got a loan from the Brits, but the Brits also said, "Okay, but we're going to run it our way," well, behind the scenes, basically, and that's how it's been.
Oh, that's amazing, Joshua Walker. Hello. His comment made sense. Like, I don't know if it made sense, but it was nice to hear.
Yeah, I
Milo,
was
quiet.
I'd heard that once before, but I would like the reason he is putting behind that with a 46 sitting in there, or sitting across the street, or wherever he's sitting, or laying, or hiding. You can state a lot of things, but you've got to be able to prove it occasionally, or at least eventually. And I haven't seen any proof of anything, because here's the deal. If he was the last president and he has let all this shit go on, he's just as guilty as Biden for doing it.
Yeah.
Because he allowed it, he's still in control. And that's a scary thought right there within itself. So I really hate to think that
maybe he had to do this so that we would all wake the people up. I don't know.
Do you really believe that horseshit lie? Wait a minute. Think about it. Do you really?
You know what? I have no idea what the hell I'm going to believe at this point anymore.
I know it, and that's none of us. And do you think that might have been the plan?
Yeah.
That's the whole bottom line I'm getting to. I'm not saying he's a good guy or a bad guy or anything like that. All I'm saying is, if he is still in control and he has allowed the American people to get this hurt and be this taken advantage of and this beat down, he's complacent. That makes him just as guilty. He's out golfing, enjoying his $1 billion, and we're out here starting to starve, can't afford fuel. We got people all around us just hurting one way or the other. Economies went to shit. Stock markets went to shit. The dollar bill is worth about, I don't know, less than 30 cents now. I think it's down to 23.
Oh, not according to our government. Our government says that your dollar is still worth $1.32 or something, because our dollar is only worth $1, but against yours is $1.32 against ours.
Well, and here's the funny thing. If my dollar is worth $1.32 and peanut butter went up to $8 a 12-ounce jar, How come it takes more of my dollars to buy that jar of peanut butter than it did 2.5 years ago?
Yep.
That means that's it's called a hidden tax. It's hidden. It's called inflation. Inflation is a bullshit lie. And that's the way they can jack all the shit up. Your dollar's worth less money than it has ever been because you have to use more of them dollar bills to
Yep.
get the same product you did 2.5 years ago.
Yep. I think so. Yep. I hope so. I'm praying for it to happen. That's about all I can say.
Tracy, hello. Good to see you, girl.
Sorry, Tracy and Shep are the same person, correct?
Yeah, Shepherd of the Forest. That used to be her name. She changed it, and yeah, Tracy's just it's still Tracy.
No, I honestly, I would love to see the grid go down. Just for the simple fact is that there's so many kids out there with their cell phones that'll be walking around like, I have no signal. I have no signal.
Yeah, I have no life.
What do I do? What do I do?
Get a job.
Get a freaking life. Smell the
There you
roses.
go.
Smell the flowers. Smell the whatever.
Yeah.
Smell the poop on the street. I don't care what you do, but
Smell what? What is smell?
Well, here's the thing. DJ Smith, they keep printing money. Yes. There's a whole lot more money out there than there is product at this moment. So your money becomes less and less and less because your dollars have to take a hell of a lot more to chase down that one or two products that's left. It's called
I thought
inflation.
they weren't allowed to print money anymore.
Someone forgot to tell the Fed that.
Okay.
And no, I know that for a fact because I work in the retail industry. I sell the product, and it doesn't matter how many dollars they print. If I can't put the product on the shelf, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can
how
have $1
many-
billion, but you ain't going to have a jug of peanut butter because there is none.
Yeah, there is none. I'm sorry.
That's it.
But I want this. Well, I don't have one. Sorry. I've been trying to get one for 6 months.
Yep.
I don't
Oh, do you
care
work at
how many of
Walmart
them
now?
dollars you have.
Well, I
work
tell
at
you what.
Walmart too?
The next time somebody says, "Well, I want one," you tell them to do this. Take both your hands and stick them out palm side first. Fill one hand with all your wants and the other hand with shit and tell me which one fills up faster.
Well, we already know what that answer is going to be.
Yeah.
You're fired.
Tell them not to walk or get peanut. Make your own peanut butter.
Yeah. You know what? It's been about 3 weeks ago, and I on the news channel I watch. They said California Tomato Growers Association is saying they're going to have a 40% less crop than last year. Now, I don't just jump on that bandwagon. I got to research things. And I found out that weeks prior, a lot of other news channels had said the same thing. And then you really dig into it, and it's, okay, 40% less this year than last year, which was down 10%, which was down 3%, which was, it snowballs. And it's the processing tomatoes, the tomatoes you put in your sauces, the tomato paste, tomato sauce, spaghetti sauce, everything. If you look right back there, as soon as I researched it, I canned tomatoes. I'm going to have them. Screw the rest of them.
Well, like I said, it's all it doesn't help that the government's running around paying everybody twice what you're going to get for your product to destroy it instead of sell it to the public.
Yeah.
I've got a buddy up in Colorado that was asked to destroy his cattle crop and his potato crop, and he politely told them to go jump off a cliff. I think it was a little more aggressive, but
A little more Navy language.
yeah. And so, yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty iffy. But he told him to
Yeah.
go how to stick that prod rod somewhere right where it didn't belong, basically. But there's a lot of people doing it because if they're going to make the crop, they ain't got to have any yield, and they ain't got to have any pre-buys. They can dump it. They do it, and all they're looking at is the short term. But the bad thing is, these are some of your big growers, some of your biggest growers. It's private, and I want to tell you what: if they would have kept their crops and traded it to these people for whatever they needed or whatever, or even sold it to them like they always do, they would have had a respect with the American people that we're buying from them. I want to tell you what, when it comes down to it, they don't respect you. Do you think they're going to come protect you when you need it? Yeah, it ain't going to happen. So you've got to know, even if it's okay, I don't need the money because I make plenty of money. Why in the hell do you sell it for 2 and 3 times what it's worth and not give it to them? And then they're pissed off at you because they can't get anything from you. And they're not going to come help you. I'm sorry. You turn their back on them, they're going to turn their back on you.
No, I completely understand. I mean, I used to work for a credit union. Yes, I was in the financial industry. And it's credit unions are not for profit. We give everything back to the members of the credit union.
Here? Is that why? Hang on a second, guys. I'll be right back.
Oh, no. Take your time.
Hello, Jamie Lee, sorry, and the Jewish redneck prepper.
Shalom, Jewish redneck.
Wait a minute here. There are Jewish redneck preppers? Wow. Kind of new to me.
That's a different one. I haven't seen that one before, but hey, everybody's welcome.
Hey, you know what? No, I have got no problem with any religion being a redneck.
Nope. Hosipid channel. Hello.
Hosipid channel.
Hosipid.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
3 in a row, 4 in a row. It doesn't looks a little
Doesn't
fishy.
look good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see, but I'm sure Red's gonna get it before me.
Before you can even get there.
Yeah, for sure.
There they
I got
are.
Yeah, I'm still way back at
Hello.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Jen. I'm going to step away and use the little boys' room. Then when I come back, I'm going to play a little skit. I'd say I'd put it on, then go use the restroom, but I don't think it's that long. It's only like a minute and a half.
Is it the Carol Burnett show with Tim Conway talking about the Siamese elephants?
No, this is one. It's one of those United Spot ones.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those little stupid ass skits, and
Oh,
I haven't watched it. So, but it's something about Martha's Vineyard, so I thought that one ought to be cute.
oh yeah, that's going to just be absolutely freaking hysterical.
Yep.
Those,
So anyway,
those people are pooping themselves right now. They
The
thought the
Jewish
first
redneck prepper says JRP for short, or Baba.
shalom.
Shalom.
Yep.
Shalom.
Bubba.
All right, I'll be right back, guys. If y'all could keep this rocking and rolling for just a second, I'll be right back. Dorinda, you're in charge, girl.
Okay, not a problem.
Oh, we're all in trouble now.
Oh shit! What a stupid ass he is. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud. I apologize, everyone. Oh boy.
It'd be like Obama going, "Hey Joe, I got to take a trip. You're in charge.
Yeah.
Look what the happened.
Yep. Yep.
Not cool.
So let me get this straight. You and Fat Man are in the same building? Like you live in the same house?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to place everybody. I've been talking to Fat Man for a while and I just seen you recently, so I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, no. I mean, honestly, if he was, when he was up here and if you had the camera live, you would have actually seen me walk by to get the refrigerator to get a beer.
Yeah, because he does it in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See,
That's
I knew that.
And I think the last time I was on here, there was somebody going, "Get out. He's going to kill you. Get out. Get out. You're not safe." Okay, just, you know
Calm
what? If I didn't feel safe, I wouldn't have had him over.
That's right.
He's done a lot of great things for me.
Yep.
And
What do we do? What did we
You've
do
done
with
a lot
Ray?
of
Did you
great things for him too, so it's a two-way street.
yeah,
did you run Ray off, Dorinda?
No, he kind of popped out. Didn't say nothing. He didn't say anything, even in private chat. I think he just lost connection or something. I'm not sure.
Okay.
no, I think he's waiting for my beer.
Oh,
He does-
Jewish redneck pepper. I'm from Canada.
Hey, I see Willie D. Good evening, good friend.
Oh,
New
Canada. Oh,
What do you say,
Canada.
Willie D?
Willie D. He goes by a different name, and I'm fixing to drop the link. Pooty poop. Hello again. I'm going to drop the link to Willie D.
Or whatever he was on the other night. I haven't seen that one in chat.
It might be the one.
Smile. Okay, there we go.
There it is.
Potty poot. No, yeah, potty poot. Okay, I said it right. I
It's
saw a different
salt-
name. Hello,
salty.
Sean Patterson. Sorry, Shane.
Yeah, salty smile.
Hey, and thank you for the link there, Red.
Willie D, I did drop the link for you, buddy. I'm going to play a little short.
Milo, quiet.
I'm going to play a little short skit. And then hopefully Willie D will be up here by then. And if you pop in, Willie D, I will bring you up.
Awesome
if
news
you're-
finding Keno. Sorry, Shane.
You're good. You're good. Sean Patterson, hello. Jewish redneck prepper, hello. Anybody I missed, hello. I think I got Pooty Poop. And anyway, all right, here we go. I'm going to play this little skit. I haven't seen it, so I'm going to get to watch it with y'all the first time. I do love the little sign it says Martha's Vineyard Police on the top of the building. And on the side, there's a little sign, it's almost like a for sale sign, but it says, "We reserve the right to refuse service to anyone." So, hey, Jim Boswell. All right, here we go. I'm going to see
Hey,
if I
Jim.
can pull this up. And here we go here. Share. If there's an echo, y'all let me know.
I'll take my break.
Department. How can I help you?
Oh, shh.
Hey, police. This is President Obama. Hey, President Obama. What seems to be the problem? Well, my lawn isn't cut. My weeds aren't pulled, and there's leaves everywhere. I'm so sorry for your inconvenience, sir. What can I do to help? Well, can you tell me why there's a group of people in front of my house who aren't holding leaf blowers or pushing a lawnmower? What? There's a group of people in front of my house who aren't using a leaf blower. There's a group of people outside of your house that aren't using a leaf blower? Yep. In Martha's Vineyard? Yeah. They're outside of Oprah's, Bill Clinton, and Spike Lee's house, too. And to make matters worse, I don't see a shovel, a weed whacker, or a work truck anywhere. Well, we can't have this kind of activity in this community. Rich and successful people live here. Yeah, me and Michelle have never experienced anything like this in our life. We're terrified. We don't feel safe. We're prisoners in our own home. You poor thing. How many square feet you got? Our house is only 7,000 square feet. Only 7,000? Yep. Wow. You must be living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, our life is pretty hard. We're barely scraping by. Nobody knows our struggle. Well, President Obama, I can assure you that I'll take care of this little puppy in your front yard right now. You know, I know this is a sanctuary city and all, but come on, man. These guys aren't even holding a rake. What's the world coming to?
Well, once again, another silly one.
Martha's Vineyard Police Department.
Damn it. Hang
How can I
on.
help you?
Sorry, guys.
Was it continuing? Did you close it
Yeah,
off?
it goes on loop.
Oh. Well, you said, didn't you say the other day that, yesterday, I guess it was, that somebody called the police department saying that there was a bunch of aliens in her area and they weren't carrying leaf blowers and that kind of thing?
I heard something like that. I did not bring it up, but somebody else did, and I remember hearing about it, and this meme come out today.
Oh, nice.
Roy Horseball, hello.
Hello, right.
Taco night at Martha's Vineyard. Cool.
Well, I saw a meme today that had a sign that said Martha's Vineyard, and coming this way from Martha's Vineyard was this big wall, wooden wall, but it was, it was kind of cool. I'm like, oh, you're kidding me. But I guess they sent them all to Cape Cod. So I guess Cape Cod's going to be bitching next.
Who knows?
I don't even know what Cape Cod is, but I've heard it mentioned in TV shows and stuff, so I don't know what it is.
I think it's up there somewhere, probably pretty close to Martha's Vineyard. It's off the coast, a little island, Cape Cod. I think you can get there I think they got a little bridge goes there. You can get by car, but don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% familiar. I'm just going by what I kind of recollect from years ago. They had a pretty good show about that with Nick Nolte years ago. It was called Cape Cod.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty good little show. I mean, hell, that's been 20, 30 years ago, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Been a long time ago.
I actually remember that, I think.
What show?
Tracy, she says Massachusetts on the Cape. I think that's what she's saying. MA on the Cape. Okay. That would be Cape Cod, I guess. She would know. She's up in that area, I do believe.
Well, what really gets me is like the clip you showed. I mean, is talking about all these people, and I hate to say it, but entitled people going, well, I'm sitting here and these people don't have leaf blowers. I live in a state where that's the norm. If you don't see one of those people out with a leaf blower, they're unemployed. I used to go to Home Depot to pick up a couple 2x4s for a project I was working on at home. And you would have these people chase you down because you had a job. You were a contractor. No, I was a simple homeowner and I wanted to put up a fence. No, but they chase you down. You can job, pay cash.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Tracy. Yeah, you are right. I remember that now, and I apologize.
But yeah, and
Thank you, DJ Smith. Welcome to the family.
Yeah.
Sorry,
the damn
Steve.
family or the fandamily, whatever you would call it.
I'm sorry. That came out wrong. I apologize. I was trying to say family, and it came out.
Damn family.
It came out
Fandamily.
mean. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah.
DJ Smith. I appreciate that.
No,
Anybody that hits that like and subscribe, or even just a share, I don't care if you subscribe, but at least share it. You may not enjoy the content, but somebody may. And that's as big to me as anything. I'm not looking for fame and fortune. Okay. I really am not.
I'm thinking about starting to, see if I can get a hold of it and play Archie Bunker on my channel. You may not like the content, but you're sure as hell going to watch.
Just watch out for the copyrights.
Yeah. Well, no, that's why I said talk to them first and get that. But, jeez.
Oh yeah, I played one of my guests decided they wanted to play a SNL. Jim's coming up. Hello. They wanted to play an SNL. Well, I got a CBS copyright strike. Now it didn't hurt my channel any. I couldn't monetize that until I clip it and get that out of there. I haven't done shit to it. I left it there, left it alone. That day's done and gone. I don't care.
Yeah.
We played it. We went on. It was a good show. That's all that mattered to me.
Oh yeah.
And
Got
that
my
was
number?
my fault that was played.
Yeah. Lunch lady.
So
Jim, how you doing,
I
buddy?
apologize again,
I'm
Shane.
doing okay. I wanted to
Good.
talk a little bit about farming with everyone.
Okay, what kind of forming we want? We're going to do concrete forming or forming as a
No,
humanity?
farming.
Oh, farming. Okay. Yeah, that's right. You are a farmer.
Okay, there's two schools of thoughts.
Yes,
There's
sir.
plus and minuses that a lot of people just don't look at. Look at it like this. Out in the Midwest, okay, a lot of farmers are using these really big, heavy tractors, okay? And they're doing no-till farming. And going over that soil, no matter how good it is, the weight of that tractor is compacting the soil severely. That soil compaction can go down about maybe 2.5 feet. Because some of those machines are heavier than a bulldozer. This country is basically just depleting their soil with all the corn they keep growing out there. And then
No, he's right. He's
then
right.
looking like this. Okay, the reason why these guys do no-till farming, you could say it's a necessary evil, is if they would plow and disc the ground, they're going to get such vast amounts of soil erosion. It's not even funny. In my area of the country, the U.S. Department, when I was a young man, I got a copy of the U.S. soil survey for the area that was done by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Around here, they say 1/4 to 3/4 of the topsoil has been severely eroded. You figure when people came here and settled here in the 1700s, they were, using a horse to pull a plow, maybe 3 horses like the Amish still do. But back then, they didn't implement proper soil conservation practices. You figure, even though nobody wants to use weed killer, okay, it's the plus and minuses. That glyphosate is in the food chain. But if they didn't use weed killer, like I said, they'd have all this erosion. The type of farming I'm doing, I use these narrow Kubota tractors. I don't use John Deere because John Deere doesn't make anything as narrow as Kubota. I use a machine that's 35.9 inches wide. And I found with soil erosion, the best thing is really, I go over the ground with a disc harrow. It took me a year to find a good disc harrow. I got a Lowry disc harrow that has 8 16-inch blades that I pull behind the Kubota. It won't pulverize the soil like a rotary tiller, but it cuts it loose enough that I can dig out half-rotted stumps to plant little trees. If I would use a rotary tiller on the Kubota, this happened maybe 15 years ago. I broke the PTO inside one of the Kubota transmissions because it hit roots from a stump. It's like when people cut down trees, if somebody cuts down a big tree, there's a huge stump and there's roots going maybe 5-6 feet away from it. The worst thing that can happen with the disc harrow is it's going to ride over the roots. It's not going to try to tear it up like a rotary tiller. And unfortunately, I use limited amount of herbicide. When people cut a tree down and you have a stump, we get every vegetation known to man coming up. Pecker bushes, Russian olive trees, cedar trees. I hate using it, but it's like, how are you going to dig out all this unwanted vegetation around a tree stump when it's just a matter of roots? You can't. But people have to look at this from all the points of view. And I put it in chat earlier. From what I've been reading, most of the farming, even in your part of the country, Shane, where these farmers aren't putting down fertilizer, they're getting greatly reduced crop yields by maybe 2/3, and all this liquid nitrogen is just wearing out the soil.
Yep, it burns all the protein out of the soil in 1 to 2 years instead of 5 to 10 years, and that's why out here we use a lot. We don't use a lot of nitrogen. We do, but we do crop rotation, and that helps. That helps tremendously. But yeah, now there is a lot of people out here with some of these corporate farm gigs and some of these big farmers that sell to corporate. Oh yeah, they're spraying the crap out of it for vine weed and all that. They don't realize they're killing their soil.
The thing is, if you grow a crop of soybeans and you harvest the soybeans, you're still depleting the soil. But if you would plant the soybeans, and nobody's going to do it because the seed's so expensive, if you would plant the soybeans and turn that under as a green crop, you're putting maybe 300 pounds of nitrogen in the soil. But if you harvest the soybeans, but if you harvest the soybeans, you're taking out the micronutrients. People don't realize every time you take a crop off of the soil, you're basically removing part of that soil.
Well, and that's the thing. People plant soy, but then they harvest it instead of just burying it under.
Mm-hmm.
They need to just bury it under. Replenish your soil with the nutrients it needs. Yeah, I've seen that, and I've seen people have to go in and put iron down to rejuvenate and realkaline their soil because it gets too acidic, won't grow shit. The roots don't go very deep because you're, like you say, too heavy of equipment, compacting it 2 foot deep. The roots don't have any place to go except lateral.
And how you gonna plow up? How you gonna take the ground 2 feet deep and uncompact it? You'd have to get we've done it a few times over the years. You have a tractor pull what's called a subsoiler, and you got to put a lot of weight on that thing, and it's just pulling basically a furrow about as deep down as it can go. And if you have areas where you have bedrock close to the surface, it's not going to go very deep at all. But everybody's got to look at the plus and minuses. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture is really the one back, I'd say maybe when glyphosate came out, they were the one that was pushing all this no-till farming. But then, okay, we're ending up with sterile soil.
Okay, hey, hang on a second.
Sure.
Chuck, it is good to see you. Thank you. We was right in the middle of a conversation when you popped in, so I wanted to get a little way through it before I paused anybody.
I was going
But anyway, Chuck, it's good to see you.
Add to that.
Okay.
If you take doing compost and do the same thing as raising soybeans, one thing that you can take like a 5-gallon bucket and half that'll cover about 4 square foot. You just want a thin layer of it and till it in, water it down, or take a 5-gallon bucket, half that bucket of compost, half water, make you a tea mush, water it down to where it's fairly runny, and just water it all over and till that in. You can use that instantly. The regular compost, you got to let water and let it sit a few days.
Correct. Yep.
Jim, you ever use that tea way doing it with compost?
No, listen, I have a guy. He hasn't been as reliable, and it's not his fault because of what's going on with the economy. I know a guy that has a business where he gets paid. He removes horse manure. In this part of the country, we have a lot of people that have small properties, like maybe 3-4 acres. They have these horses, and they're required by law to get rid of the manure. And this guy, he has 2 containers. He dumps off a container in a slide truck. They're either 14 cubic yards or 20 cubic yards. And he brings me free horse manure. I found that the horse manure, it's basically like putting down 10-5-5 fertilizer. It's not the perfect percentages, but it's better than nothing. And over time, that'll actually raise the soil pH. Some of these, if you get horse manure that the horse was eating alfalfa, it's loaded with calcium. What I've been doing is putting down, just covering as much ground as I can, an inch or 2 thick with the horse manure. I'm out in the fields of my age, on days when it's really hot. I can move about 10 cubic yards of that horse manure in a day with a wheelbarrow and a pitchfork. People wonder why I don't use a front end loader. It wouldn't do what I want it to do. I'm basically putting horse manure around little trees. I'm growing these trees in horse manure. I know he has customers where, well, not customers, places he dropped the horse manure off, where we get out there with the big front unloader and put it down. If you put down about 150 cubic yards of horse manure on an acre of ground, you're going to increase your crop yield of corn by at least by about 2 to 2.5 times what it was beforehand.
Yeah, because it's for what optimal, what 666, 555, 777, something like that, ain't it?
Well, the thing with horse manure is it's organic matter. It doesn't matter what kind of fertilizer you use. Even if putting down compost is good, but it takes, the soils around here have been so over-farmed, so depleted, that it takes, I'll take a whole block of trees, let's say an acre, and over the course of the year, just keep putting this horse manure down. I've seen trees, when some of these trees get 6 or 8 foot tall, let's say like a Canaan balsam fir, they start to lose their color because the ground's depleted. If I just cover the ground with horse manure, the next year that tree, it gets such a dark green color because I'm feeding it. But it's a slow.
What you're putting in, it seeps into that root ball, and it kind of feeds it constantly. Once that water carries it into it.
It's the iron in the fertilizer that's doing it for the trees. I did a little course on a herbiculturist on exotic trees and stuff. And a lot of times when they start turning yellow and stuff, it ain't because it's lack of water or too much water. Like, most of your plants, you can tell if they've been overwatered or underwater. It is due to lack of iron.
And it depends on the type of tree. Like certain trees, like a lower pH. Actually, the Douglas firs and the Canaan firs and the blue spruce, they all do better in a pH of 6 to even 6.5.
Yes.
And it's an oxymoron. When you raise the soil pH, the amount of sulfur and iron that's available to the soil decreases. So it's kind of tricky. I look at it like this. I keep putting down enough nutrients, the tree is eventually going to get it.
Yep. Stilsey Jones, hello. Andrea Lucani, hello. Yes. Anybody I missed, I'm sorry. Yeah, there's lots of different ways to go by this. Willie D, do you want to come up, buddy? Just put a yes in the chat, and I will drop a link for you, bud. I'd love to have you up on here.
Let me get your.
I got a question on this.
Hang on. Wait. What, Chuck?
I was going to ask Jim his honest advice. I got 2 paper shell pecan trees I bought here last week. The one's about 1.5 foot. The other's right at 2 foot. What would be the best thing for me to put on them? Well, should I keep them in the small containers, put them in the yard, put them in a big container, and kind of keep them in the garage over the winter? I'm in East Texas.
I'm not familiar with that type of tree. But the thing is, when you take a tree in a container, they get root bound. The roots will start growing in a circle around the container. One thing you want to do is basically try to break up where the soil's been compacted in the container so the roots spread out.
Yeah. Well, here's what you do. You aggravate the roots. When you go to put it in the ground, get all the dirt you can out of it that was in the container, and then you smack that tree in a hole that's about 4 times the size of your tree. You smack it in the bottom of that really hard several times. It'll break them roots apart, but it won't break them. But what it does is it aggravates them roots and they spread out. And then you backfill it. Don't compact it, but backfill it very slowly. And I'm going to guarantee that thing will, once them roots get activated, it stresses the plant a little bit, but the roots will go wild, and that's what you want. You want them roots to get strong so your plant can grow. Yeah, at first it's going to look like crap, but you aggravate them roots. I guarantee you,
they got kind of peaking in the heat, and I didn't know if something I should get them some kind of soil or manure, or what should I do with it? Should I put potting soil in the hole and plant them in the ground and just separate them 15, 20 feet and leave them be? Or
well, breaking all that soil up, like Shane said, you dig a hole that's water. The thing you want to do is break the soil up. And I'm not familiar with the soils in Texas. And one thing you don't want to do is try to dig a hole in soil when it's really wet, because then you're going to
rot the roots.
Yeah. All trees like a soil where the roots can spread out in. Everything likes a fibrous soil. I mean, a friable soil.
Yeah, I got 3 or 4 bags of that coconut fiber mulch stuff, soil out there, and I figured I'd take 1 bag each, dig a hole big enough that would hold that sack of soil, and put both of those in there after I broke that root ball up. But I didn't know if I needed to add anything else to help them grow better, faster now. I'd be optimal if I had rabbit crap.
I'm going to make a suggestion. I want to go to Milo here in just a second because I know he was wanting to say something, but I'm going to make a suggestion. If you're going to use that coconut stuff, do not plant it deep, Chuck. Coconut fiber, if it's the actual fiber, the actual true fiber, will not decompose. Okay, you want to keep it close to the surface so it creates a moisture barrier so it holds the moisture, and you keep the moisture in the soil, but you don't want it at surface either. You want it just a little below, so maybe 2 inches below. You put a good layer of that in, and it'll hold that moisture in there to where the roots, it'll eventually soak down to the roots, and your roots will get it. But you don't want it on the bottom of that plant whatsoever, because it doesn't
come so well composted. It looks like topsoil.
Yeah, and some of that is, but it won't break down any further, and there's not a lot of nutrients in it. They say there's going to be, but everything I've found, like I said, I used to help a guy with a nursery, and he did lawn and landscape for a living, and when he's planting,
it's just
$7,000 trees at a time. There's he taught me a lot.
Basically, sterile compost is all that is. Huh?
Bingo. It's only there for a moisture. It just holds the moisture. And then when it leaks out your moisture, it's like a weep system. When it leaks out that moisture, your roots have plenty of time to get it before it leaks plumb down past the roots.
What's the soil like where Chuck's at?
The soil down there where he's at is probably
clay,
a little like mine. Do what? Chuck, go ahead.
Mostly clay around here.
Yeah. Is it the red clay or sand clay?
It's clay. I don't know. I haven't dug a lot around here, but when I was post hole digging, after you get down about 3 foot, it's
red clay.
You can hit red or white.
Yep.
White is mottled and doesn't do well.
No, it doesn't, and it doesn't weep well either. Milo, you was going to say something a second ago, so I want to give you a chance.
I'm not an anthropologist or an agriculturist or anything like that, but living here in Arizona, I do know some history about the Native Americans here.
Yeah.
And they were one of the largest maize or corn producers before European settlement.
Yep.
And they would be able to grow it year after year after year after year in the same soil.
They buried fish with theirs.
Yep.
But that's the thing, is that a lot of history has been lost of what did they do to really make it that feasible to do that we can't do now.
We just rate the soil, not really turn nothing into it. We take from it, and that's about it.
And that's the problem.
Chuck, one thing that might help would be, I've used it in a transplant bed, is adding some sand to the soil.
I got a bunch of sand up. That's what I'm thinking about putting it. We had a pool in, and I leveled the ground with sand. Because it's enough room. If I put one in each corner, I could probably get them 20 feet from each other and just till all that sand into the ground, and maybe get a bunch of compost and till it in with it, and create a couple feet of decent something arable soil in with that clay.
Because I get sand delivered every so many years because I take seedlings and put them in a transplant bed. And just to make it easier to get them out of the transplant bed, I'm growing them in a raised bed that's basically all black sand with compacted horse manure, mixed in. That's really interesting on what you were saying, Milo, about the Native American Indians. Okay, out in Arizona, are those red rocks sandstone?
Who was that directed at?
You, Marla, there's rocks like my grandmother used to get those Arizona highway magazines when I was a little boy. I remember looking at them. I know people have been out there, and they say some of those red rocks are sandstone.
Oh yes, some
That's
are.
what I thought.
Yeah.
People associate sand as being yellow and clay
Oh no.
being red. And I know it's because we have red sandstone in this area in the soil.
No, we have an entire city that is based just on the red sandstone called Sedona. And it's a beautiful town, but it's so neat to see that red sandstone.
Well, red sandstone don't deteriorate like yellow or regular sandstone. It doesn't deteriorate fast.
No.
Water will wash away regular sandstone. Even soapstone. Soapstone is beautiful, but it will, with rain and weather, will wither away.
But it's the climate. I guess where Mila's at, you don't get a whole lot of rain.
We don't.
Right.
No, it's Arizona, and yeah, we're talking less than 6 inches a year.
Wow.
And some places like where I'm at, maybe an inch or two a year. So yeah, we're very arid.
Well, around here we need 0.85 inches a year to get the 42-inch average. If we go 2 weeks without any rain, it doesn't matter if we had 2 inches of rain. Not this year. The past 2 years we had 2 storms, remnants of hurricanes. One storm we had about 8 inches of rain. The remnants last year of Hurricane Ida, we must have had 10 inches. It was the worst flooding I've ever seen in the dry creek bed I have on my property. But yet in a few days, even ground near the creek bed that got okay, where the creek bed overflowed, in about 48 hours the ground was dry enough to till.
Yeah, we have nothing like that here.
Yeah.
Just because of such lack of rainfall.
Yeah, we get about maybe 4 to 12 inches a year, and that's counting the snowfall too. Because it takes a foot of snow to make an inch of rain.
Where you're at, because I've talked to people that have been out there, if you already got about 40 inches of rain a year, would the crops do better, or would the roots just rot in that type of soil?
Well, here's a problem. We got a blow sand, not the sugar sand. Now, there is some around, but we got the blow sand, and then we've got a layer of dirt, and we got a layer of clay, which is about 3 foot down. So I think they would do okay if we got 40 inches, but the problem is it's so soft on the top and so powdery, the dust devil days. That moved 4 foot of blow sand into our area back in the 30s and early 40s. So the problem is if the roots ain't established, it's going to wash out everything you've ever planted. That would be the only issue of getting 40 inches within a year. Now, if it could be a slow, steady drizzle for 2 months, which I would hate because I don't like that much no sun, it would. I want to tell you what, this crap out here would grow like wildflowers. It would become a lush tropical oasis because the sand and the dirt and the clay, between the three, it's such a lush soil. Nothing grows in glass because that's what sand is. It's basically glass. But with just a hint of fertilizer mixed in your soil, this thing would be a lush tropical area out here.
Watermelon's got to be sandy, but that's about it.
Yes, it is, because the roots have to be stronger than the plant.
It's funny you mentioned silt. Some of the soils around here, there's so many variations in some of the soils from what's in the soil survey. Some of the best soils I've seen were formed millennia ago for one blend deposits of aeolian silt. Well, actually, because the government's taken studies, they've taken some of the soil, and I've read the results and put them in a centrifuge to separate the particle size. Actually, some of the soil around here, the really good soils, about 80% silt, 10% coarse sand, and about 10% clay. And how rich the soil is has to do with the cation exchange rate, the ability of the soil to absorb and release nutrients. Yeah, soil's probably boring to some people, I know.
Oh yeah.
Is Dorinda in the soils?
Mama's out back. Mama's out back. Right on the porch. Sorry.
Yeah, I've seen soils around here that are so rocky, it's hard to even dig a hole.
Oh yeah. I know. I've been down in parts of Texas that they have that black gumbo soil, and when it's real rainy down there, every step you take, it just packs to your foot. Your foot gains 5 pounds every step. It is just.
I got a lot of that here.
That's just
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that needs a lot of sand and it needs a lot of help to get some of that crap to go to be any good growing at all. Because that shit is just, I call it black gumbo. It's almost like tar.
You can pee in my yard and run across it with a zero turn, and the zero turn will spin its wheels and sink in that shit.
Yeah,
That's why I
it's
put
pretty rough.
wheels on. I got big old tractor tires on the back of my zero turn. I plow the yard sometimes.
Chuck, there's a guy that has a national radio show. I forget his name. It's on around here. He's on Sunday afternoons. He's called the Dirt Doctor. He's from Texas.
Look him up. His radio itself around here.
Yeah, he's on AM radio.
I'll look him up. Dirt Doctor.
Yeah, the Dirt Doctor radio show. He's all into doing everything organically.
Andrea Bacani, hello.
She's from Italy.
Who's that?
Yep, I found him.
Andrea Vacanti is from Italy.
Oh, okay. Well, hello, Miss Italy.
Hey, my wife's full-blooded Italian.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. They make good food.
I'll tell you, I had homemade, she made spaghetti tonight for dinner for me, homemade tomato sauce.
Nice.
Some tomatoes out in the garden. Speaking of garden, I must have 150 squash that have gotten too hard to eat. I planted too much stuff this year.
My favorite squash is those little yellow ones, especially when they're about that big. You fit them in your hand almost. One side to be tender. You like slicing them up and they're so good.
Yep. Haven't bled out all their sugars yet. Yeah, they're a lot better.
Oh, my favorite one was the butternut squash, the big ones that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you cut them in half. You put them in the oven. You take the seeds out. You put them in the oven and just smother them with butter.
Yeah, you fill up that little well with the seeds were with butter. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my mom's best friend, they were like Hungarian or something. They do that and they put butter on. They kind of scampied them. Which I thought was awesome. That and spaghetti squash, they do that. You rake it out, put butter and Parmesan or Romano cheese on it.
Oh yeah.
And my wife loves that. She loves eggplant, but I couldn't find any seed anywhere to grow that this year.
Yeah, we ordered some. I had to get it online. And it took us forever to get the all natural, no GMO. So they'll come back every year if you let them seed.
Oh.
It took forever to find them in black diamond watermelon and some of the off breeds of cantaloupe. But we finally found them, and they wasn't real expensive. So we got, I don't know how many we ordered. We ordered, I don't know, a couple $100 worth, and just a little package of seeds is not very expensive. We ordered a bunch of them because in between me and my brother, we plant all kinds of crazy, silly stuff. And plus our grocery store can't find anybody to buy black diamonds from. They said, if you'll grow them, I'll buy every one you have.
Yeah, there's none of them around here this year either.
Yep. So we bought every seed we could find, and we should be having them spitting out at any time. So hopefully we got some to sell, because those things are high dollar anymore because no one can get them.
I regret not planting corn this year.
Do what now?
Jimmy
I
made
regret
my
not
mouth
planting any
start
corn.
watering. Jimmy made my mouth start watering when you said eggplant. First thing popped in my mind is eggplant parmesan.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Well, I planted the zucchini and squash in between rows of little Christmas tree seedlings, just so that the shade from those plants would protect them in the hot summer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then I'll dig them up next spring and plant them in the field because UPS shipping has gotten so expensive. The price of little trees has gone up so much. Some places want $1.50 to $2 for a 2-2 transplant, where I'm buying seedlings that are like 2 or 3 years old, and I make my own transplants.
Yep.
Huh.
See, wait. Did I hear this correctly? You cannot buy seeds for eggplant.
They're hard to find.
Okay.
Walmart didn't have them. Tractor Supply didn't have them.
Wow.
Check with George on here. He might know where if you ever see him on. He could probably tell you maybe where you can find him, order them through.
Yeah, and here's the deal: you go down and buy an eggplant from the grocery store. There's about a 90% chance them seeds inside there will not grow. I don't care what you do.
I look at it this way: any plant or any produce you buy at the store is not going to produce.
Even if it says organic, you still have a
I
less than
don't even
50%
look at that.
chance.
If I buy it from the store, it ain't going to produce.
I bought some stuff from the store and I've had it produced. Like I said, I'm growing pineapples now, and it's not even rated for here in this area. But I keep it in pots and I bring it in the winter because it takes you 2 years before your first offspring of pineapple. And go ahead, Chuck.
I was gonna say, them lemon trees I put up at the beginning of the year out of seed. I planted 20 seeds, tried to get them to come up. 7 of them came up, and all 7 of them are still alive out there. One of them's about 8 inches tall, and they're down to the smallest ones might be 4 inches. But they're all growing. I need to transplant them out of them small containers probably by now. So.
Mm-hmm.
But I ended up with 7 lemon trees. I've opened this.
Hello, Louise. Sorry, Chuck. I didn't mean to call. Go ahead. I apologize.
It just amused me that I got them to grow because everybody's like, the seeds out of produce from the store won't grow. And I'm like, well, I plant 20 of them. If any of them will grow, I'll find out.
That's it. They may grow, but will they produce offspring? You may get the plant, but you may not get the.
Well, what they grow could be limes, could be anything. But
Oh, absolutely.
I've cut up tomatoes that I bought at the store and threw them in the ground, and they've grown and produced tomatoes.
Well, see, mine, I took Louise, how you doing? Mine, I took my cherry tomatoes. I can't remember. I bought seeds, I think, or I can't remember. No, I had one I bought from the store. I just throwed it in the ground out there and let it seed out. Next year it grew. I couldn't get enough. I just let them all fall right back down in the 20-gallon bucket and seed themselves out because I couldn't give enough away or eat enough. And trust me, I love cherry tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
You can pop them off and take a little short salt shaker with you and munch on them all day long. Salads and all that.
I have gotten in trouble for taking the salt shaker out into the tomato field.
I don't care. I do it. I love the taste.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, but I was 7 years old and it was my grandmother chasing me with the broom.
Put black peppercorn on the tomatoes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I put black pepper on too. The coarse ground. Yeah. I love it.
Okay, say that again.
Black pepper.
Coarse ground black pepper. Not fine
And
ground.
you put it on the tomato plants?
No, put it on your tomato.
Put it on
Pick
the
it,
tomato.
After you cut them open.
Oh,
that or you don't even have if they're cherry tomatoes, you don't even have to cut them open. All you do is just lick them, get them wet, salt and pepper them, and then eat them.
Yeah.
I love taking and cutting slicers up and frying them in the skillet, and just fry them long enough where they start to soften up. Set them in a plate and hurry up and make you some runny eggs and salt and pepper them real good. Put them eggs on top of them and eat
Oh,
them.
hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who can afford eggs anymore, Chuck?
I can. My brother brings to me for free.
I got to get back a hold of them girls around here. They
Well,
$3 a dozen.
my sister has chickens. She gave us too many eggs that had unborn embryos in them.
Oh.
They're not pulling them quick enough.
That's what, yeah. And once she gave us, I think, turkey eggs by mistake. They weren't very tasty.
I want to tell you what, my brother's got that and goose eggs. I want to tell you what, a goose egg's about 3 times of a chicken egg, and it's got that real thick texture like a really fresh egg. Beautiful taste. Beautiful, rich taste. Great.
I've never actually tasted it, but an ostrich egg is even bigger, but it's supposed to be the same way.
Yep, I heard that too. My real dad used to build ostrich pens, and he got all the free eggs he wanted.
Yeah.
And he said he'd make enough for 4 people. He said it was just stupid ridiculous. And he said, but it was so creamy and just so, and it was almost orange instead of yellow. It was almost orange.
Yeah.
That's how creamy it was, and that's a really good egg right there.
Yeah, now I want fried tomatoes and eggs in the stores.
I do too, Chuck. I have to go to the store now. Thank you.
I couldn't even make it to Shreveport or Marshall in time before they close at 10.
Right. Well, luckily I have eggs and tomatoes in the fridge.
Yeah, you got them cherry tomatoes. Them work fine too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they split up real nice. Mr. Young, hello.
Yes, Andrea Acati, I am happy.
Hey, Mr. Young. Hey, Andrea.
Louise, where's Rob tonight? Kind of missing him. I haven't got to talk to him all day. And
They're partying at the barn.
well, they was doing that last night too.
Yeah, but tonight is the real retirement party. Last night was for the boys.
Well, last night was for the public, and they shut off the public, and that was for the boys. But yeah, I kind of figured they'd run into tonight. But they probably got it on big. They probably got us on big screen like they did last night. I'm hoping, because I'd like to meet all the boys too.
Yeah, that'd
Rob.
be awesome.
Oh yeah, let's meet the guys.
And it would be awesome if Lost Pup was there yet. Like I don't think
Lost Pup ain't
yet,
there.
But
Nope.
I was just telling Discernment, yeah, duck eggs are awesome. I remember as a kid used to get wild duck eggs over there. They're the white ones they were wild though, and they were like damn near the ducks were size of geese.
Oh yeah.
The thing with the seeds not germinating leads me to believe somebody doesn't want people to grow food.
Bingo. Hello. They make them dormant. Willard. Hello, Frank.
Oh.
Good to see you.
Only way you can get produce to grow is if you buy it from somebody else that grew it most of the time.
Well, I know people in other parts of the country that, okay, the marijuana doesn't have seeds in it, they tell me. They don't want people growing it.
Yeah, they
The medical stuff or whatever it is.
modify it where it doesn't seed.
Yeah, it's genetically modified where the seeds won't ever produce. They do that to a lot of it.
Female too, the male plants. I can't remember the male or the female ones that seed out. But
It's the males that seed in the population of
Yes.
conifers too.
so they basically keep them out. One grows better bud, one seed, so they grow the ones that grow better buds. And I think they got to have the male around them to get them to grow right, but they don't harvest the male, but for seeds for them to continue on their plants.
Correct.
Well, I know back in Indiana, with all the corn farmers that were back there, and these GMOs and the different companies, and you could go down the road and it would have a different GMO number as you go down the road. There was actually a farmer that was still growing corn from that he seeded from last year, and he would go and plant it every year. Some of the GMO corn got into his field and grew, and they actually sued him for growing their corn.
Yep, I heard that story. That's not the only place. I've heard that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yep, because he advertised it for natural.
Well, it
all
wasn't that
natural.
he wasn't advertising his corn as this, but it was just the simple fact that while they're planting across the road, some seeds fly out and land in his field and grow. You're growing our corn. That was their big thing. You're growing our corn, and you don't have the right to do that.
I'd have sued him. I'd have sued him right back just for
littering.
yeah,
And you know what?
disturbing his crops.
You know what? It's a farmer. He ain't making that much to begin with.
Oh, I know.
He can't sue him. He don't have the money to do it because
If
they're
he did, he could
corporate.
spend it.
They're corporate, and he's just a simple guy trying to make a living.
I just
Welcome
mean
to-
if his
welcome
stuff
to-
comes over, if he starts
welcome to liberal United States.
if he starts shaking stuff carried over to my land, then I'd start it right back. Well, you littered and come over here, so you drop your suit and I'll drop mine.
Well, the money in farming in this part of the country is in specialty farming, nurseries, Christmas trees.
Yeah, I've heard this year Christmas trees are going to be a flop too.
Well, the drought we had around here was hard on everything. There's a family I know of. They sold their development rights in the 80s. They sold their farm. After selling the development rights, they got close to $4 or $5, I forget, $1 million for the property without the development rights. The people that bought it are probably going to be charging $16 to $18 a foot for Christmas trees.
Yeah.
The wholesale price just keeps going up. You figure even if a farmer can't double his price and stuff anymore to make up for his expensive fossil fuel.
Hello,
Okay.
Tennessee Ridge Runner. Sorry.
You're good. Chad Gambler, hello. Gambler, hello. Mike Smith, howdy.
Oh, another thing about the corn. Okay, around here, well, there's the state park in our area. Then there's the state hospital in Norristown, the farm grounds, and they got signs up about the corn. It's probably the government, some kind of new strain, because they put a sign up advertising what it is.
Yep.
Hello, John.
Hey,
Okay,
John.
all that stuff is in the food.
Yeah, it's a screwed up mess. All of it is. Anytime you get corporate involved and natural, it becomes a jacked up mess.
Yeah.
It'd be easy to become a corporate farm. If I put a fence up and stop growing Christmas trees, I could start raising pigs for Hatfield meat packing. And actually,
Right.
down in North Carolina, there's a lot of that's the Christmas tree capital of the world with Fraser Firs. There are tree farms down there that have tens of thousands of acres. That's where Home Depot and Lowe's get all their pre-cut trees from. Between the problem with Fatifera root rot with Fraser Fir, some of these families, there's like 7 big families that have a monopoly in the Fraser Fir industry. Some of them are getting out of growing Christmas trees and they're raising pigs now.
I got to address something in the chat, guys. Give me just a second. Louise, I can only imagine today is tough on him. And I hope, like Kelly's got the big screen on and he's listening to us, and I hope we can bring him up, get his mind off of some of the shit that's happened over the last month and a half. And, things are pretty gloom and doom right now in between all the transitions going on. But I will say this. You're looking at a brighter future eventually, depending on whatever you decide to do. One way or the other, you will have a brighter future, and we're here for you, bud. Most of the people in here, if they don't know you, will come to know you pretty quick. But the people that are already in here support you, man. Whatever you got to do.
Yes, we do.
So,
And we love you very, very much. And I was going to say something and I can't remember.
I think everybody is welcome here.
oh, absolutely. I don't, like I said, everybody's welcome till they're not. You know, you have to come in here and screw up pretty bad before I throw your ass out. Other than that, you can have a different opinion. You don't even have to like me. But if you come in here with respect and willing to visit, I'm going to give you the respect you deserve also.
Hello, Mike Smith. And no, we didn't talk about the rally.
No, we did not. I didn't even watch it.
Me either. Well, I started to. Well, I was waiting on you to come on.
I said it before. I like sharing information, just like finding out about the soil where Chuck's at and where Shane's at and where Milo's at. Because it's different than around here.
There it is.
Salty Smile. Anytime you want to come up, buddy, all you got to do is say the word.
Yeah.
Tracy, thank you.
You can take my place. I got to bow out for a little bit. And
Get out of there!
what the hell was that?
That was Ray.
Yeah, I had to cut down sin too, Shane.
I got to run to the store real quick. Okay, so.
All right. Y'all have a good one. All right.
Have a good one, y'all.
All right. See you in a bit. Jim, you said you got to bow out too?
Yeah, I'm gonna bow in a minute. It's like I love talking to all you people on here. It's like we're in different parts of the country. I know I'm making new friends, even though I probably won't meet Dorinda, Chuck, or Shane in person.
Well, be careful. You might one
You
day.
never know, Jim. You
never
never
know.
know.
You never know.
It's like some people are really at me.
We might be able to travel the country, so you never know.
It's like I made a video the other night about YouTube friends, and some people are taking it the wrong way. And it's like I understand
that.
People want to have their privacy. The fact that I have a business and a website, look at it like this. I don't care if people know where I'm at. I understand how everybody, has different feelings about, where they are and keeping all that stuff private.
Yeah, you seen me. You seen me. Jim. I don't care. I'll tell anybody where I'm at. I'll tell you my damn address if that's what you want.
Yeah, if a person has a business, you got to let people know where you're at.
Oh, absolutely. And trust me, I run 4 of them. So, yeah. No, people got to know where I'm at. And I get people from all over, especially during cow chip and stuff, So, yeah, I don't mind. I put it out everywhere.
Well, I'm going to take off now and see if there's any deer out here and see what my dog's up to. So,
all right.
Oh,
you got
some lunch, Shane.
He called that diesel, but he's got his mud.
Yeah.
Okay, take care, everyone. Have a good night.
See you later,
All
Jim.
right,
Good
see you, Jim.
Bye.
Yeah, I've been waiting for Willie to come up. He's a hoot. I like old Willie.
Y'all heard me holler for them to get out of there. Them dogs, one of them, he just had them out. One of them come in there and he was whining and I didn't know what it was. And then I turned around and looked when I was getting tea and he's in there taking a crap. And the German Shepherd doesn't take a crap. It's like a horse. And the other one's running over and looking, and I don't know if they're going to step in it or what. That's when I hollered.
Hey, Kathy. All right, Andrea.
Good night, Andrea. Have a good night's sleep.
Yep.
It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, finding Jim as always. Yeah, he's been doing this shit for a long time. Louise, that didn't make no sense. Hay says have.
Yeah.
That didn't make no sense. Oh, okay. Nice to have you join us. Okay, sorry. I got it. I had to go back and look. TJ Smith, hello. Yeah, Louise, I figured that out after I went back and read. Yeah, the V and the C is a little close together, aren't they?
Mr. Young, thank you for your service.
Oh, absolutely. Disinfectant spray.
Smells like somebody's shit right here on top of it.
Did the dog go in there and wipe his ass and drag his ass across it?
Absolutely not, Mary Freeland. I'm not getting up to watch the funeral.
I'm not in no big hurry. I'll catch the. I mean, it's going to have the same effect afterwards as it does as.
So my daughter's like, oh, do you want me to record it? I looked at her and I went, no.
There's going to be 3 million recordings all over the internet
She goes,
afterwards.
but we need to watch it. I'm like, no. I said, the old bat's dead. I don't care. She goes, but we're recording it. Do you think? I don't care.
Well, Tennessee Ridge Runner, thank you for that, and thank you. Guys, I got to step away again. Little boy's room's calling me again. I don't know why it likes my name so well, but it keeps calling me tonight. Too much water.
You better hurry up because I'm going to have to go next.
Okay, be right back.
Y'all renting them beers.
Yep.
That's bad. Like me yesterday, every bit of tea I drank water with it. And it seemed like I was hitting the bathroom every 10 minutes.
Sometimes that happens.
I was trying to flush myself, and which I should keep doing it. They say I need to go on a 2-day water fast again. I felt so good when I had nothing but water for 2 days. Made you appreciate food too. And some of these people do it for 7 or 14 days.
Oh my God. I don't think I could do it for one.
The ones I know do it. Knew an old man that did it. They found cancer in him. He did it every month. He would fast at least for a week. And he did it often enough that when he went back in for a 6-month checkup on it, they couldn't find it. I guess his body ate the cancer up.
Nice. Well, maybe something will happen, Mary, but you know what? We'll hear about it later in the day. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I did it 2 days and it felt a lot better. I noticed they say if you do it, like you're talking about 3-day, 5-day, hell, even just a 2-day water fast, it'll clear up dandruff and all kinds of stuff. If you have acne, it'll clear it up.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
It'll clean you all completely out. It's kind of like taking laxatives, but I guess because you're only taking in water, that's all you got.
Well, DJ Smith says just do a 3-day cleanse. Any longer than that might do damage. I have no idea. I don't know nothing.
I don't know what we're talking about, but okay.
Water fast.
Water
Oh.
fasting.
Yeah, I did one here a while back. Went 48 hours, Shane, with nothing but water.
Yeah, you got to have a little something in there, though. Other than that, you got to have a little bread or something.
I did nothing, and I was going to try for 3 days. And I forget what it was.
You got hungry.
His son was in there. I don't know what it was. I got a skewer, and he holds a hot dog on a skewer over the gas stove, and he cooks them like flame grilled or whatever, kind of like the grill.
Right.
And I smelled that, and that's like fried bologna sandwich, and then I done hit 48 hours. And I'm like, I went and looked. There's bologna in the fridge, bread. I found ketchup. I'm like, yep, this is going. That's the best damn fried bologna sandwich I ever had.
Thank you, Shane. I was just going to tell you that.
Oh yeah, I was already on it. I was saying I just didn't have time to. Yes, Louise, you're always more than welcome. Don't ask. Just say, hey, where's the damn link?
Yeah. I didn't even see her ask. I'm like watching everything everybody's saying, and I'm like, oh, I missed that.
No, you're always
Oh,
welcome.
there we are. Okay, I see it now. Sorry.
What, hon? There she is.
Oh, Joshua says,
Hey, y'all, if you hit that like button, go ahead and hit it. It's free.
There she is.
Joshua says,
Hello.
Hey, y'all, if you hit that like button, go ahead and hit it.
Oops,
It's
oops,
free.
stack on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Louise,
There we go.
you're slacking. Did you drink a beer?
I have my mind all organized until I hit the button.
Over organized.
Chuck, Joshua says that saltwater fasting can be done for a longer period of time. I don't know. I'm just telling you what it says in chat.
I read.
I have to look into it. I know 3-day fasting, got to start after 3 days. You got to start taking potassium because flush so much out of your system to push potassium out. You'll start cramping up.
Potassium and salt. You got to watch that because you can strip that salt out of your body, and it's not good. Getting too low on salt, the same thing as getting too much salt in your body.
I don't know, but I think that's what hit me with that. Why that bologna is so good? Probably the salt in it. Because I had nothing for 48 hours but water.
Yep, and because it's usually salt water port is what they put in bologna, and that's probably what helped you a bunch, and that's probably why it tasted good. Plus, you hadn't eaten in a couple of days. That probably didn't hurt any. All right, Louise, what do you got for us, son?
Oh, not much. Not much other than a golly ollie new cut of steaks that we tried today. Someone took a tri-tip and they sliced it into like finger steaks.
Okay.
And oh my God, was it ever tender? It was wonderful.
Kind of like a carne asada.
No, like a steak.
Okay.
Just a long, skinny, long. You know how tri-tips
Yeah.
are kind of.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So they were cut an inch and a half thick, and
Nice.
boy did they ever cook up nice.
Nice.
And it don't take long either.
No, they cook up quick.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I usually do, and then make kebabs out of them with bells and garlic and onion pieces in there.
I like doing that with skirt steak. Cut it into inch strips, and then put a bacon press on it in the grill.
Oh
Red
yeah,
hot
absolutely.
press, but
Yep. Well, good. Now that they got the big TV on down there at the barn, hon.
They're out riding on the ridge.
Oh yeah, that's right. You said he was out checking the, saying goodbye to the.
They're going to be peeing over the ridge. Okay, did I say that properly?
They'll stop at the top, and they'll see who can get the farthest.
Yeah. We're going to have a pissing contest. Oh,
Literally.
sorry,
No, you're good.
sorry.
It is Saturday night. I mean, I know people get a little wound up, so yeah. I don't. Here's the thing: cuss words. If you look at the real word and break it down, it's not really a cuss word. There's only two words that's really that could be considered a cuss word that I really. And one of them is the GD, because God didn't damn a damn thing. Man did. So it should be man damn it. And Dorinda should have that still posted on the bottom of her screen. Yep. Man damn it. And the other one is fornication under the consider the key.
Well, they sure talk about that procreation all the way through the Bible.
Oh, I know it. I know it.
and that F word isn't bad either. It's just took as a bad term.
It was misconstrued and used in a foul way,
Yes.
but it's not a bad word.
Like
It's
in
not.
German, it's frickin'.
Oh yeah, it's frickin', but it means the same damn thing. That's why I say like shit or crap or bowel movement. You look up the definition, all three of them are identical.
I'll be back.
So if it's illegal or if it's bad to say shit, it's bad to say crap. That means it's bad to say. So when you get to the doctor and say, "Have you had a bowel movement?" Say, "Don't cuss me." No, it doesn't fly like that, does it?
You're full of bowel movement.
Yeah, you're full of bowel movement. That just don't sound appropriate, does it?
No, kind of like if you hit your thumb with a framing hammer. You don't say poop.
Yeah. Oh, poop. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not what you say.
If you do and you're around a bunch of other men, you won't say it but once.
Yeah, because you will never live that down.
I can hear it now all over the shop. It'd be poop.
Every once in a while, I just got to shock someone because they just don't listen. Yeah. So,
Hey,
shame.
you do what you want to do, girl. Your casa is my casa, or my casa is your casa, whatever you want to say.
Joshua Walker, he sure did. Sodom and Gomorrah, yes, he did.
Hey, you Easter Bunny, bok bok.
Well, that was a different story. Now, that was on, and he didn't damn Sodom and Gomorrah. He destroyed them.
Right.
There's a difference between damning and destroying.
Well, I imagine they didn't make it through the pearly gates if he took them out.
If they did, there were statues.
Kind of like Lot's wife, don't look back.
Yeah, and what did she do?
Turn to a pillar of salt.
Yeah. That's it. That's the stories. So, now he didn't damn them. they damned themselves. He just eradicated the cockroaches he wanted gone.
Said,
That's
don't look back. He said, don't touch the apple or the supposed symbol of the apple.
Right.
You don't do what you're told, you pay for it. Well, now everybody's paying for that apple thing.
Well, yes and no. I do believe that is true. Like I said, that's where I get I get misunderstood by some people, and they get upset with me because I have questions about that. But I don't mean it in a derogatory. I ask as a question form so I can get the proper answer. And yes, they've told me, no, you just haven't heard the answer you want to hear. Well, part of that may be true too.
You know what my thing is about all of it? I believe it was actually the tree wasn't an apple tree. It was a tree of life. The fruit that they touched was ambrosia, which is food of the gods, and you got told to leave it alone. So in the Garden of Eden, and that supposedly they found the tree of life.
And that's the question I ask. Because, and a lot of people don't like me asking that question because it's supposed to be sacrilege to ask that question. But the apple, okay, well, I don't understand how an apple is a fruit of knowledge when the being able to, a fruit of knowledge in my mind would be the knowledge of knowing how to create life.
Yep.
Now, wouldn't that be the fruit of knowledge to most people? Because now you know how to create life, and that's what always got me. Yes, Willie, thoughts? Beavers named it.
Agreed, Louise. On both your comments.
Yeah, Louise, I don't think we went in the first place. I think that whole thing was a big farce. I've seen a lot of videos on it.
I agree, Chuck.
Well, I don't know why we need to leave the the Earth and go up to a place that doesn't even have air for us to breathe. Take along what we need.
We haven't even figured out Earth. Why in the hell do we want to explore other places?
And then the other day I heard, with the abortion issue, a fungus on Mars is life on Mars, but a heartbeat here on this planet is not life yet.
Yeah.
Right.
That is crazy.
I had to applaud that person.
Yeah, it's stupid how they've made everybody believe a bunch of horseshit lies. And I'm sorry I say it like that, but it is what it is.
You know, if you think you are something, that's what you are, and everybody must agree with you.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell everybody I'm a piece of crap, and if they agree with me, see, I was right.
I tell people I'm an asshole and they get mad at me because they don't think I'm an asshole.
Well,
And I'm like, do you not know me? Come on. You've been working with me for 6 years. Do you not think I'm an asshole?
They're just scared to say yes. They're scared you're going to whoop them.
Well, that might be it too. I didn't think of that.
I mean, come on, you got to put theory with logic here.
Well, I didn't think of that. Because, yeah. I have a question for you. It's a Canadian thing, but you guys might have an answer that I might be able to work with.
Who you asking?
Anybody.
Okay.
Okay. You're working for a company, and you've been working different shifts, and you've worked 5 days a week, and then you go off for a mental health issue, and you come back, and we change managers at the store. Okay, that's important. And all of a sudden, because you have a modified, because I can't work after 3 o'clock because my mental health goes ballistic, and I can't work more than 5 hours a day because my body goes ballistic. Because I'm on a modified, I can now only work 3 shifts a week. When I was working 5 shifts before I went off. Does that make any sense to anybody?
No, it's them retaliating to you, but not retaliating.
That's like discrimination, is it not?
Yep.
All
So you
right.
know how you get your 25 hours. They can split it up every other day, but you want 25 hours a week like you was getting.
Well, I had a conversation with my manager a couple of weeks ago, and he goes, Dorinda, he goes, you're on modified. I'm like, yes, so? He says, well, because you're on modified, you're only going to get 3 shifts a week. I said, well, that's just stupid. He goes, that's the system now. And I'm like, okay. And I thought about it, and I'm like, okay, now you're pissed me off. Which is not polite, but I'm sorry, people. But I'm like, okay, but because I have a modified, now you're discriminating against me? I don't really think you can do that.
That's retaliation.
Like, I mean, we have, I think you can do that. We have discriminatory laws in Canada and blah, 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 which I'm going to have to check out and all that stuff. But I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me. And yes, I worked 5 shifts before COVID.
Tell them you want to go off modified and go back to a normal shift, and you want a shift adjustment where you go back 5 days a week.
Yep. There you go.
I'm not going back to 8 hours a day because my body can't handle that.
Well,
Can't handle the people that well.
I'm an old lady. It's not going to work for me. I took the 5 hours so that I could have, a 15-minute break and not have the half-hour lunch that's unpaid. If I worked 6 hours, I only worked 5.5 hours. I didn't think that was fair, so I went with 5 hours.
I thought they had part-timers only work 4 hours, 5 hours a day.
No, they can work 8.
They just can't work over 40 hours.
We got part-time workers that are working 40 hours a week.
Oh,
but
wow.
we have our full-time workers that are working 27.5 hours a week. Does that make any sense either?
No, that's kind of back backwards. Because
Yeah,
if they consider them full-time or part-time, they don't have to pay them overtime. If they're full-time, they have to pay them overtime. That's why they're doing that.
Yeah, well, and they keep hiring and keep hiring and keep hiring so that they can keep us all on these 4 to 6 hour shifts.
Well, it's easier to hire than it is to pay overtime.
Yep.
Louise, you still with us, hon?
Yeah, I am.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to go off on a topic. I apologize.
I'm typing away in the room too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that. Sharon Whitmore, I didn't see you come in. Hello.
The Canadian law. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Dorinda, I think that the Canadian laws are so different. And I used to live on the Canadian border, and I remember all the Canucks coming down south to get their medical taken care of in the States.
Oh
And
yeah.
so I think that you've been fighting that for so many years. And the kids these days don't look at the fact that Canada hasn't been exactly successful,
No.
and that they don't
And-
want to fall into that rut.
There's no way I can go to the States right now because I am a pureblood. I am not, and my government says that if I leave the country, I will not be allowed back in. Does that make any sense?
No, it doesn't make any sense, but it's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yep. Thank you, Awaken Trillium. I will. I'm starting to. My brain is over the last week has been kind of contemplating this, and I'm like, this is bullshit. Sorry, guys.
It's
Huh.
okay.
Hello, Awakened.
Yeah, hopefully them boys down there are having fun down there at the barn.
You know, DJ, they probably are. I really do think that they are.
Did they? Did he cook up a bunch? Did he smoke up a bunch more meat? I know you talked about the one steak strips.
Yeah, we had the steak strips, and that I got into that. You can only eat so much. We had a crab boil or a shrimp boil, which is
nice.
like Louisiana crab boil today, and that
Nice.
shrimp was gone in 5 easy seconds.
Yeah, it probably was gone before you was even done cooking it.
Oh gosh, it was good. Down in Louisiana, it will literally burn your lips.
Hey, honey.
Oh
But-
yeah.
Huh?
Uh-oh.
You're doing pretty good.
Here.
You're back. Oop, oop, oop.
Well,
Okay.
it's time for Louise to put the gun away.
And
Daddy brought in the big guns, trying to put them up.
right here.
Honey, sugar.
Where's it?
It's over.
Yeah, it is. Welcome home.
Hey,
Open
Hey, T
it.
girl.
Did you? Okay, I'll put it in the safe.
Hey,
I'll be back.
what the fuck?
What? I'm on.
What?
I was home alone, dear.
Mama's got to have something to do. She was getting that damn thing warmed up for you because she knew you'd be dragging your ass in here wanting to talk.
Shh, don't talk bad. Rob's home.
I know.
I'll be dipped in dog shit. I'm taking my pants off.
Stepping in is one thing, but rolling it's another thing, Rob.
Hell,
Harold, are you gonna? Do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
I just sit down for a minute. I don't really want. Do your thing.
Night, baby.
Thank you for putting those away.
Oops! I want your keyboard.
I don't give a fuck.
Welcome. There we
I
go.
did not expect to walk into you being alive.
Well, God bless you.
What a fucking welcoming.
Hey, you got all your favorite fans here. That's the best welcoming you could have.
Hello, Rob.
Hey, everybody.
It's a
You
I
bitter.
hope you had a great evening tonight.
Did you have a good evening?
Bunch of illegals running over the hill.
Oh crap!
Uh-oh.
I guess that's their. We'll see you later, huh?
Not on our property.
Yeah. Got it. Well, shoot.
But all the boys are home. They didn't take off.
Change.
I know it's not going to change, babe. That's
There's
why.
no end to this.
Louise, are all the boys at home and they didn't take off after the bad guys?
Where is everybody?
Everybody rode in with me.
Okay.
Good.
They
Thank you.
retired yesterday, and they said, "To heck with this, we're done."
Yep. They
And
seen them over the hill on another person's property and just let them go.
yeah,
Yep. Hey, it's the smartest thing they can do. You go chasing them down, you're going to chase it into an ambush.
well, he's kind of pushing it, just going out there and riding. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's one of those deals that, you know, we all sit here and we go, you know, there ain't no sense in risking your life and limb for something the government ain't going to help you with and no one else going to help you with, and they're allowing this shit to happen.
It's hard to leave your home. He built.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely it is.
Yeah.
Especially after 20 years.
We've hung our hat here for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I guess the best thing you could do if you decide to leave and go somewhere, you could just back up a truck and latch onto the home and drag it with you.
now that would be a sight, wouldn't it?
And you just back it in and park it and unload and go to bed.
The mayor did good.
What I should say, fornicate them. They can't have this house. We're taking it with us, right?
Yeah. You can have the house, but you're going to have to chase it down the highway because it's a gone dude.
Come on in,
Mary
baby.
Freeland, hello.
I got a Bacardi and Coke.
A Bacardi and Coke?
Yeah.
Mama's having a good night.
Yes.
Some make go fornicate a bowel movement, huh?
Hello, Captain.
I ain't no captain.
Captain Chaos.
Yeah, pretty much.
Boy, you got your work shirt on still.
Yep. Hold on.
Yeah.
No. There we go.
Switch your attire. Oh, yeah. She double hatting hers.
How y'all doing?
I don't know. You
Very
haven't told
good,
us yet.
Rob.
Well, I'm home now. I think it's the first time I've ever been on YouTube with a shirt on.
I think it is. Usually a tank top.
Well, usually I'm at home. Didn't expect to walk into this.
Well, Mama was bored and she wanted to let me know because I think she had heard me. Said, I ain't got to hear from Rob today, so I hope he's doing all right. I think she heard me. She might have been listening. She bailed off in here. And then she decided she wanted to come up and say hi. So I allowed it. So if you're going to be mad at somebody, be mad at me.
I'm going to put on my glasses, then I can still be Chatty Cathy in the chat.
Well, Rob, how did your morning go?
Pretty good.
How was your steak?
Damn good.
The steak strips? Yeah.
About the tri-tips.
Yeah, those tri-tips are pretty good.
They're almost better than a ribeye.
The hell you say?
Yeah, I was going to say, careful. You're going to cross the line there. Hey, DJ Smith.
I might need a minute.
Do you?
I'll give it back to you. You were on it. I didn't expect this.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm retired.
You can stay.
IT girl.
This is part of your retirement fund. Friends with friends and more friends. We're all here, bud.
You know, the deterioration of America and what they're willing to protect and defend doesn't match what the veterans have done for centuries.
Oh, I know. And I'm working with an old boy right now, working on something we're going to produce here pretty quick, I hope. And it'll probably be aired on my show. And we're going to put it out and we'll go from there.
Oh, Chuck's in chat again.
Yeah, I see that. What's up, Chuck?
You might
Thanks
want
for
to drop the link for Chuck.
He's still on here.
I think he's
I'm
still
still
there.
here. I was talking without interrupting.
Oh,
okay.
sorry, Chuck.
Yeah, I was misunderstanding your stuff too, man. Dorinda was like, what?
I'm
You
like,
gotta say howdy.
I didn't, because he's so quiet, I forgot he was even freaking here. I'm
Yeah,
seeing
fucking
his
train.
notifications. I'm
Damn
like,
train
you best
come
let
through. and
Chuck
I-
up here. Oh, man.
That fucking train come through and it was overbearing, and I didn't want to drown y'all out.
Well, depending on who's up here, sometimes that's always good.
That was a damn horny conductor there. He rode that summit for a mile, it sounded like.
Oh yeah, going through Woodward, Oklahoma. Every intersection they have to blow it. So it starts about a mile before town and don't quit till a mile after town. And this town is 50, 60,000 people. So it's not a little bitty short little town. It's a good sized little city. And yeah, it gets annoying as hell listening to that damn thing. Timmy Ray, the King, hello. I did see you come in just a little bit ago. I didn't get a chance to say hello. Still with us, Louise?
Yes, I am. I am
Good.
right here.
Good.
Carol Z, maybe because the Arizona person that's in charge is an idiot. I apologize. Maybe I'm not answering that question correctly. Louise, you can correct me.
I think they boot so damn fast that you know when they catch and release them, we got them to where we turned them over to the officials, and then the officials either helped them or did whatever they did.
Well, Carol Z was asking how come Arizona isn't sending illegals to other states like Texas.
Well, they transport them in big semi trucks through here too. I mean, there's a lot of ways that they make it out of Arizona. They don't want to be down by the border. They get away from the border as quick as they can, and then they just scatter. And it's amazing the tools that they do have for getting around. I don't know.
It's well organized.
Yeah.
And Salty Smile, Willie says, give that cowboy a big hug. I don't know if he's talking about all of us or you, hon, but
yeah.
Somebody gonna have to give that boy a big hug. He needs it. He deserves it.
Yeah. Hey, Salty Smile sends a hug, honey. Oh, here comes a big guy.
Uh-oh.
I hate the fact that I named this big brute. Come here, buddy. He's gonna.
Oh, you talking about Bear?
Yeah, Bear.
Yeah.
He's just
Come on.
so not small.
Yeah. It's like snuggling next to a grown ass man.
Oh, he doesn't like snuggles. He is so bloody independent. He will look at you like you want to give me a kiss on the forehead. Can't you just wait until tomorrow?
Yeah. Leave me the hell alone. I'm going to sleep. Like he's one of them cantankerous old types, huh?
Right, Pyrenees. They say you do not train them; they train you. They're a breed that's over 3,000 years old. And hi, baby. How are you, big guy?
Oh, Bear. Hey, Bear. How you doing, bud?
Hello, Bear.
Hey, Bear. Hi, you. I don't think he's on the screen.
Well, we can see a little bit. Now we can see his nose.
Yeah, you can see his nose, and it's he's big.
He's spoiled.
Well, he's getting the food that he needed. Jerry John was so busy with the border that he kind of fell off to the wayside, and the guy that was taking care of him had to have beat him. And if we would have trained him totally different than we are if we had not researched the breed. And
right.
When we researched and found out so much about them, it's amazing because I picked him up. He was walking with chickens. A dog of his size normally chews them up and eats them.
No, they're trained and they're bred to protect, not to maim and kill.
Yep.
They are. That's how they've been bred for 3,000 years or better.
You can't get that out of them. I'll tell you.
No, it's born in them.
Probably
it don't matter what it is. It could be baby rats, and they will herd them up and corral them up. They don't care. They don't kill unless it's attacking aggressor, and then they become some of the most vicious animals you ever seen.
He had he had a coyote that came in, and he had 2 wild dogs that came in. and they attacked him, and he just took one chomp, and they were gone. And
Yep.
so I don't think that he necessarily hurt him, but he definitely made a statement of "Don't come around here no more."
Yep. Come over here, you're gonna get a bloody eye. Yep. Yeah, they would break for certain reasons, and they're good at it. Rob, was you gonna say something, bud?
I'm retired.
Yeah, I
Yes,
know.
sir.
And Tigger, I ain't hungry.
He's emotional.
Well,
You built this.
I
place.
don't like leaving things unfinished.
Yeah, but when is it finally finished?
I don't
That's
know.
the question you gotta ask. Yep, that's the question you ask. When is it finished? Is it by your standards or theirs?
That's my point.
Definitely not my mind.
Hey there, Timmy Ray. It's good to see you.
Hello, T-Girl.
Definitely not my mind, Shane.
I understand that.
Been a man my whole life.
Yeah, but sometimes pride gets in the way of being a man and can get you harmed.
I've already been.
Pride is a evil thing if you let it get the best of you.
Well,
Make
I
no
don't.
mistake about
I don't
it,
think
I ain't
it's-
proud.
I don't think it's pride. I think it's heartstrings. When you live on a place and build the house and form the gardens and put in fruit trees and get things going, and
Yes.
it's finally to a mature point to where we can kind of slow down a little bit and enjoy what we had created.
Yep.
And the loss of the horses that we would have taken along with us, because they were damn good horses that died, and it's just a bittersweet. It is
Mare
what it
did good.
is. It is what it is. You took the mare out.
Pretty good.
Oh,
Good. Yeah, I thought I heard you say that when you first come in.
Got a little bit. You can tell she's a little tender.
Yeah.
We rode for about 3 hours.
She was
her-
probably pretty happy though to get out of that barn and get out of the stalls. And
She wasn't in a barn. She had a stall, but she was unbridled and unsaddled, and she was able to move around.
good.
I didn't put her into the barn because she didn't need to go into the barn.
No, hell, there wasn't no weather. You're good.
Anyway, I'm kind of emotional tonight, and
Let me see if I can get some.
And anyway, this fucking border has driven me up a wall.
Yeah, it's driven all of us up the wall, but no one like you. You're actually living it. We just have to hear about it. And none of us like it. So I can only imagine. I can't even imagine what you're going through.
What's this?
Well, last pup lost it and had to go.
Yeah. Do you blame him? I mean, if you really think about it, do you blame him?
I don't blame him. And he
Yeah.
knows
Yeah.
he's blaming himself, and I can't do anything about that.
Absolutely. And,
Well,
and
Is he,
He's
is he
better now,
coming
I
back?
Huh?
When he's
Is he-
ready.
Is he coming back?
I talked to him last night for about a half an hour. And I think he's going to go down to Texas. I'm hoping he goes down to Texas. He needs a break.
right.
I'm sitting here and I'm really not worth a shit right this moment. And I didn't expect to walk into my wife being live. Story. And we really are. A lot of people wanted to ignore it, and I can understand that. I really can. It's not in your backyard. Drugs will get there.
Oh, yeah. It all,
Fentanyl. And they got fentanyl pills. One of them will kill you.
Yeah.
it'll kill. Yeah. One will kill several people.
I don't know if they've posted them in other states, but in Arizona along the roadside, there's big, huge McDonald's billboards that say one fentanyl pill can kill you. And
We rode this for 5 months.
they're big.
Right? We rode on this border for 5 months. We didn't bitch much. We had reason to bitch at times,
Right?
but we were the ones on the horses. We were on ones on the back. I killed my channel because of what we were involved in, and I kept it away from everybody else.
Right.
Head with me, Shane.
Well,
And it really has. You know, we ride the range, we ride tall in the saddle. I retired. Wasn't because I quit. We just didn't get any reprieve.
and at this stage in life, unless you're willing to stick it out another 2 or 3 years, maybe 4, you're not going to see any. But do what you feel is right. That's the only thing I've ever told you is do how you feel and do what you think is right for you. I can give you all the suggestions I want, but that ain't going to make your life happy. And you know this when you've talked. You do what you feel and what's going to make you and your wife happy. Because
That
that's
is
at
correct.
in the end, there's only 3 things that matter. 3 things in the world. And they come in this order, whether we like them or not. God, family, and country.
And I have been a God-fearing man my whole life.
Bingo.
And the country got my dad and my son.
Yep.
Made it home from that war. Just to fight another one.
Yeah, you didn't come home to fight one, Rob. That's the whole point.
Yep.
To never
And
have to raise arms in this homeland ever again was the motto. And somebody threw that motto right out the freaking window.
You have to, as T Girl says, you have to do what's right for you and Louise.
Yes. Period. Because
Period.
of the rest of it isn't going to matter in the end. God and your wife, your family will.
It matters to me.
Yes, I understand that. I seen somebody I was going to comment on it.
I'm not looking for comments. I'm just trying to make sense out of this insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying that for 2.5 years too, Rob. And this insanity is going on right now. There is no sense in it.
Nope.
It makes
There
no
isn't.
damn sense.
We wouldn't have ever sold, you know.
You know, when I
Our
got
hearts are
knifed,
here.
when I got knifed, I had everybody telling me it's time, right? Man, everybody, right? Because they're like, then I'm like, I don't know. When I looked at my mayor out there, right?
Yep.
She paid a price too.
Yep.
Look at
Yeah,
my wife.
she damn near lost her life over that deal. But it cut that tendon. What did you had to do? And that is not something you ever wanted to do.
Nope.
I know we have a few extra wrinkles from it. Yeah.
A few?
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet she was a little giddy this evening, wasn't she, Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was probably a little timid, a little giddy, kind of a little nervous. Because she knew where she was when she got injured. And, you know,
Right.
that's just like any man and woman. You know the bad part, you really don't want it.
She wasn't nervous. She was at a good trot.
Good.
She gets spooked a little more easier now, but it was only because she's watching the ground.
Right, right.
Shane Crystal wanted to come up. I'm gonna drop down a bit.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Oh, okay. Sorry, Crystal. Hang on. I'll drop the link.
See y'all after a bit.
All right, bud. We'll see you in a bit.
Have you heard of boat tendons? DJ Smith said their horse had boat tendons.
Yeah, but that's different than having to cut one.
Yep.
DJ Smith, our this horse got tangled up into barbed wire pretty bad.
And it was new barbed wire because the illegals cut it. And we rode into it, and it wrapped around her legs.
Yeah, it was all coiled back up again. Yep.
All coiled back up, yeah.
Yep.
That's what I'm riding out. She's healed up pretty good. Anyway, you know what I mean. I ain't worthless tonight.
Amen. You're far from worthless.
Well, you know, I'm retired. We had a good retirement party. And then I had everything that they were wanting to hire me, and that really didn't help me out much.
You're my life, buddy. You're my life.
Well, at least it's done now.
We'll keep busy.
They smile. I seen you comment twice, Willie D. Come on up on panel. If you come up on panel, I'll jump up on panel.
I got to address something real quick.
All right.
The people, Crystal, I'm coming, but I'm going to address something. The new people that's coming in, if you got your own personal link and you are subscribed and you are a moderator, you can drop your link, but we're not going to drop any links that are not subscribed and been on the chat before, because we get a bunch of crazies that come in and do a bunch of nefarious shit, and we're not going to put up with it here. I'm not discouraging anybody, but please be easy on my mods, and don't try to overload them. We cannot drop a whole lot of links. I don't have enough mods that are full time to take care of this crap, so we're not going to drop any more links than we have to. Now, if you are a mod and you have a chat, or you have your own show, you can drop your own, but no one else is going to do it for you. And sorry, it has to be that way for a while. Willie D, do you want the link, bud? I've offered it 3 times.
Hello, Shane.
Crystal, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm blessed. Hey,
Good.
Dorinda. Hey,
Hello.
Lee. Hello, Rob. I'm sorry to hear you almost in tears.
I'm all right.
I think of this. You got a new journey to go on.
Well, it's exciting, but it's really hard. It's kind of like your kid going into the first grade, and the first time they go into school, you don't have them.
Or send them way away for college. Yes.
I have never known a mom that doesn't cry.
How long have you been there?
I just got a lot on my plate today and thought about it all. And we went out riding.
We've been here for 20 years, right?
Yeah, 17.
Oh, okay.
Not quite 20.
Eric, if you would help Red out a little bit. I don't mind you dropping links, but if you could help Red out a little bit. She's kind of getting overwhelmed, I think she's
Parents and you can't. That's cool, Willie. Do you understand that?
Yeah, that's what I just read. It's all good.
Yeah, he's at his mom and dad's, and that's on the other side of town. Totally understand. I'm fine. It always is a mixed bunch when I've worked my whole life, and after Thursday, a lot of our horses won't be here.
DJ Smith, it's really hard. Your mare almost tore off her hoof because of barbed wire fences.
Yep.
And yeah, it's real tough. They've been cutting our fences, and so the little bit of livestock that we do have left has gotten out on the main road and been in danger. And then when you fix the fence, you're using new wire, so it's real sharp. It hasn't weathered a little bit. And so it's tough, and when they cut it coils onto the ground, And sometimes you've got time to pick it up, and sometimes the other day he didn't have time to pick it up. He was off to
Well, hell, I think it was damn near nightfall anyway. Couldn't see it.
right.
It was about probably around 7:30 or 19:30. Everybody wants to be politically correct. But yeah, it was running into dusk, and we were running back, and it just kind of caught me off guard. You know what I mean? I didn't see it either. We got so many things to watch for that we just can't watch the normal shit that we normally do watch for. You know what I mean?
Right.
Anyway, I know that I'm sounding really, really weird tonight, and I'm sorry about that, guys.
Why?
It's just
You're
a
fine. You're fine, Rob. We love you. Anything you have to say means a lot to all of us.
Sat
Yes,
down
it
here
does.
and thought, you know what? And you did see my real gun belt, the one I always wear. But I was at work. And that's why the 2A matters to me. My job requires me to be able to defend my livestock
Your property and your life, too.
and my property.
Yeah, and your life.
But I took my saddlebag gun out tonight and gave it to my wife because I'm done.
Yep.
And that was a hard thing for me to pull out of that saddlebag.
Yeah, that holster is that gun belt and everything has not been in the house for a long time.
You're talking about your rifle bag?
No,
Okay.
I'm talking about my real one.
Oh, yeah, you're up close and hello.
Yeah, he's got a short one here in the house because he doesn't need the long range, but he's got a bear gun for. I mean, people don't think there's bears down here, but there
That's
are.
a 50 cal.
Yeah, they stray on down there. I mean, you're still in the foothills.
Yeah.
They will straggle on down there, depending on the food sources.
And we have them up here.
Have enough guns. I mean, I'm thinking Buck had more guns than brains.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I sat down here tonight and I was riding that range and I was thinking, right? First time we ever left something unfinished. Told my men, and they said, yeah, we're going to go on and we're going to put another horse ranch up. Not going to go into cattle as much. But we still have a good livestock and we still got a good breeders. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of hard to let go of something. See, I waited 5 years for all these boys to get home, right?
Right.
Service came up. He went to the ranch and worked with me. And we're a team, and I guess we're always going to be.
I think that was a blessing within itself, Rob.
Amen.
Mhm.
Me too.
Well, Rob, we love you and Louise. And we only want the best for y'all.
Shit being the way it has been. And, 5 months, and it hasn't just been 5 months for me. It just got rougher as Mr. Potato Head loosened the border rules.
Destroyed the border rules.
We've been through this shit before, right? But not at the level we're through it now.
Yeah,
See,
the occasional is one thing, but shit.
But before we had a few stragglers who might maybe 30, 40, 50 a month, right?
Right.
And that
Not
ain't
a
that
day.
in the realm of shit. But then all of a sudden now it's 100. And now you're riding up on dead children and you're riding up on things that are kind of emotional.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to choke down, right? And you can't say anything because I guess Biden thinks the border's under control.
It's under
But then
siege.
you got to be real nice about how I put it, but been told by so many I don't know what I'm doing on YouTube. I only lost one guy. One of the ranchers down there lost 3.
Carl, there are quite a few people that are actually kicking the kids to the curb because they've gotten across the border with children. And
Yeah, they got what they needed. Yep.
And before that,
it's been on the
when they were
news.
pulling up, as they were just putting their kids across, and they weren't coming.
Right. I watched that on several different, from Yuma all the way into Texas. I've watched several different videos where they're just dropping the kids over the wall and then hauling ass. And you know, they're 3 to 5 year olds.
I know.
I've seen that one
5,
where they
6, 10-year-olds, no parents. Point
And
out
here's
all this, right? You know, we've been living this a long time, but we kept our mouth shut for a long time. I came on YouTube somewhat to bring awareness, but I had my own channel. And the minute I put any kind of footage out, they struck it before it even hit.
Yep.
I had a strike before it even hit the channel. And I got 3 of them all on one video.
That's wrong.
That happened. I fought him and I won. I could bring hard luck back if I wanted to. I don't want to.
If I had $1,000 for every time that the news has a good story that they start, and they only say it once in the afternoon or in the morning, and then they never cover it for the rest of the day.
Yep.
And,
And
no
then they bury it.
or lists of anything, I would have the expense of protecting our house paid for.
Then I got another guy saying, "Give up the fight, don't give up the fight." He says I'm in a war all the time, right? Well, guess what? Kudos.
You know, it's here's me way up away from the border where I don't have this problem. It's easy. It would be easy for me to say something like that to you, Rob. But I back up and put myself in your position and look at what you've been through and what your hard-earned, worked your ass off for your whole life, what you've been through. And I'm going, damn it, man. When do you step back and go, all right, I'm either doing something wrong or I need to change what I'm doing because I have no backing to back me.
And we got returned back to the countries they came from.
That's great.
That's what the sheriff said today.
You hadn't passed that on to me. That makes me feel good. If we got 900 people that would not be accepted in today's vetting, you know,
Right.
They've got loosey-goosey on their vetting.
So
I'm thrilled to hear that, honey.
And the sheriff offered me a deputy position.
I bet he did.
Yeah, you said that the other day too.
They're gonna give us another house too. We done sold this one.
Yeah, they're gonna give you property and land and a house and
Anyway, then I heard from other guys they're all gonna come down and help, and I'm like, you don't even know our terrain.
It's
I sat down there, you know, I'm being really honest tonight. I'm really being cautious on what I say. Can you tell?
It's a rugged world. I remember with the survival.
But I've been listening to this shit for so goddamn long, right?
Yeah.
We held the line.
Yes, you did.
Yep.
So I do. Sorry.
well,
Honey.
I have mixed emotions.
Yep.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I'm gonna be moving on, but you know what? I'm gonna still be a patriot, right?
Yes, you are.
You can be a patriot anywhere in the United States.
Amen.
It doesn't have to be in the middle of a
And if
war
you
every
decide to come up to Canada, you can still be a patriot, but it won't do you any good.
day.
Sorry, I'm just being.
I didn't hear you, Dorinda.
I said, even if you come up to Canada, you can still be a patriot, but up here, it ain't going to do you no damn good.
I know.
Hey,
I
Rob.
I absolutely love Canada. I lived in British Columbia and Alberta on my weekends and my vacations and everything. It was my heart home. And I've darn near been on every hike in Banff and Lake Louise and Yoho Provincial Park and Jasper.
Nice.
And, it is an amazing area, and everybody that I met was so nice. I mean, when you get into the bigger cities, a lot of people hate Americans, and they'll talk about you off around the corner. But in the eastern part, between Alberta and BC, fantastic people everywhere we went.
I have never, ever in my entire life heard anyone dissing Americans anywhere I have ever been.
Well, we got some pretty good spoiled little brats here.
Well, we got spoiled little brats here too.
I wish that people that are traveling with their parents would not bitch so much.
Good luck with that one.
Anyway, you know what I mean? I got carried away, and I'm sorry. I vented a little bit, and I didn't mean to, but yeah, I did. I actually meant to. You know what I mean?
You are fine, Rob. Oh, sorry, Shane.
Tonight,
No, you said it correctly. He was fine.
I'm going to be doing a lot more work in the future, but I'm going to work in a different manner. You know what I mean?
Well, like they say, work smarter, not harder.
Well, I work much harder than the days I put in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you work any harder, you'll put yourself right in that little pine box that you were really not in a hurry to get to.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm not worried about the pine box. Vineyard's going to collect me when he collects me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's going to do the same to all of us.
Can't live my life in fear of that. I got to live my life.
That's it.
Too many people are afraid of dying, and they've never really lived.
They might be able. Oops, sorry, Shane.
You're all right. Go ahead, Crystal.
They might be able to kill my body, but they can never take my soul.
Absolutely not.
Amen.
Our souls belongs to God.
Yeah.
We were born of the earth, we'll die of the earth, and I know that, and I'm not worried about those kind of things. My Heavenly Father and me are pretty tight. Can't do what I do for a living and not worship, not care, not pray, and not think, and not read. When I sat down here and I listened to community and all this other stuff, right? Community begins at home. When I started this rant, me and my wife looked at it.
I gotta get him out.
Amen. I'm going to sit where I'm sitting right now. If it's more comfortable and I've been riding.
Yeah, you're good. We can hear you, bud.
When I sat down there and I thought about my country and our people of our country and what we can do if we'd only work together. And the key word is we have to learn to communicate.
Yep.
Not only do we have to learn to communicate, we need to understand one another. People come from different areas, different backgrounds, different cultures. You know, that's going to happen. America's always been the melting pot. We all know that. The one thing about it is we have to form a cohesive group. If we can't form that cohesive group, what do we have? We have a bunch of people that are confused. What's everybody throwing confusion, right?
Right.
There's right things to do, and there's a wrong way to do it and the right way to do it, and then there's our Heavenly Father. Says, follow me and I'll show you the way, right?
Yep.
You ain't got to worry about anything, even death, because it'll give you eternal life. So we can't sweat the small things. We got to sweat the things.
Well, and that goes back to what I've been trying to have a conversation with you about, Rob, is, it's just don't try to control the things you cannot, control the things you can.
And pray on those you can't.
That's right. And the only thing you can control right now is you and your wife's life. And it's a day by day, not tomorrow, not yesterday, none of that. It's right now, right here. And when you wake up in the morning, It's only right now, right here, not tomorrow, not yesterday, because today will be yesterday come tomorrow.
Amen.
And God
So-
don't give you that next breath either. He ain't got to give you that next breath.
Our Heavenly Father only promised us a day. We live one day at a time.
Exactly.
And if you live any more than that, you're killing yourself with stress. Period.
No, that's just it. But I'm sitting down here, you know what I mean? And I think about these things, right? I think about the power of the people, right? And then I think about how divided we can get over nothing.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Butts are over that. And oh my God, tomorrow ain't gonna. Oh, I just don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm tired of all this shit. You know what I mean? You know, if every time that I went down and I rode a herd down, right? If I had all that shit in my brain, that herd wouldn't go any further than 1 footstep forward. And I need to move help other than that.
I do want to address something before I forget what was said. And it was said by your lovely wife, Rob. And she says we need a new party. Because the other two are stuck in our butt. Now, the other two suck. And they only vote on party lines. And here's the thing. We don't need a party at all. Because everybody wants to vote party lines because it's all a publicity pull for who has the power. What we need is what they originally set up, and that was every man and woman that's up there has an individual thought. They give their thoughts, their feelings, and how they feel about certain items due to the population that put them in control. There does not need to be a party because that causes division. And where this country went upside down,
and where separation happens. I understand where you're going with this.
Yep. And that's the whole bottom line. There does not need to be a party. There needs to be a bunch of individuals out there that are self-willed, self-minded, not paid off, and do the right damn thing. And if you're complacent with the side right now, whether you're their side or not, you're just as guilty as them. You need to be thrown in a brick just like the rest of them.
I don't believe in complacency.
Hey, Shane, and one more thing.
All right.
If you take God out of everything, how is it supposed to work right?
It won't.
It doesn't.
It won't. And that's why they do it. You throw it into chaos and chaotic modes, and then you can do what you want because everybody's so crazy and don't know what the hell's going on because of all the misinformation, whether it be 80 years ago or now. The people are upside down because no one knows what to believe because everything that comes out of their mouth is shit.
Okay, well, why don't we just keep on doing that line, right, and create more paranoia, more separation, more bullshit, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And we create paranoia to create separation.
Yep.
We get to the point we can't even trust a friend. Then what do we have?
Bingo.
You know, I sat down here, you know, and I'm going to talk about something that really matters to me, right?
Get her did.
I'm retired. I'm retired from the service, right?
Yes, sir.
Did my time there, moved on. I claim more to be a cowboy because that's really what I am now, right?
Yes, you changed your. What's that old saying? You followed your steps, and you found your steps home.
To do what I did. Turned into a rancher, then I turned into a rancher cowboy. But the thing about it is, a lot of people can be ranchers, but very few people can be cowboys. Ride the range, do what we do, work with their men.
It's a big difference.
And they do what they got to do, and they're doing it to create more land and more opportunity. When I look at what we did in my little community, right?
Right.
We created a cohesive group of like-minded people that just kind of get along, right? On YouTube, we try to form a community, right, that we just get along on, right?
Correct.
A cohesive group, right?
And that's very hard to do. Have you noticed?
Oh, you damn right I have, because I've got emails like you would not believe about how many things I'm doing wrong, and I'm thinking, wow, You that aren't in it don't know what we're going through. You're not here.
That's it.
Well, if you don't stick to your guns, I'm going to disown you pretty much. And I'm like, you know what? Go right ahead.
Yeah. No one could ask you to do something they're not willing to go down there and do. That is a chicken shit way of putting blame on somebody else. And I'm sorry. If they're not willing to go down there and bust every day of their life to help you do what you do, they have no say in what you do. And if you decide you're done and you want to do something different, and they go, oh, well, you're a quitter. Well, at least I began something where you never did. Period.
I'll let the men do the gun work. I'd make sure those babies that are getting left behind were taken care of.
Well, we take care of our own at my place.
Yeah, take care of your
Dorinda?
own, but those babies, you know, they're just being left everywhere.
Dorinda, you bailing on us, son?
Yes, I am. You
All
guys
right.
have a
Love
good
you,
night.
Linda.
I love you all.
Love
Rob,
you.
Louise, Crystal, I love you. Shane, I
I
love
love
you. Everybody in chat, I love you. But I'm
All right.
heading to bed.
All right, get you some rest, hon.
Love you
Night.
guys. Good night.
Good night,
See you,
dear.
girl. See you, girl. No, I've been trying to keep up with the chat a little bit, Rob, and your wife's keeping me kind of full of stuff, and so are some of these other people. I'm trying to read it, and I'm also trying to listen to you, and I'm listening to you real well, and I'm catching some of this stuff, and I'm thinking everybody in here is saying the same damn thing on a similar level, and it's time where you go, what's worth it and what's not? Is this living or trying to get it to where we can live? And then you see there's a dead end street that you're on. No matter which path you take, it's still a dead end street on this path. Whether you take it right or left, or do you turn around and go, I'm done. I'm going to where I can finish my days out. Peace, serenity, love, happiness, enjoyment. Because I listen to you every night, Rob, and you are and I mean no offense by this, buddy, you're an emotional wreck. You have got to pull yourself out of this rut you are in, just like your wife put about the Democrats and Republicans earlier. They're in a rut. Well, you're in a rut too. And you're in this rut that you can't give up what you built. I understand that. That's a very tough one. But you're also in the rut of you're to the age that you need to enjoy part of what you fought so hard for so many years across seas and so many years right down there on the border. It is time that you do something for you while you still got a chance.
Amen.
You don't want to be laying on your deathbed going, I should have done this. I should have done this for my wife. Nope. It's time. Do it while you can, because tomorrow may have a different story for you. And it may not be the one you like. And that's every one of us. So sorry I come down hard like that, but it is what it is, man. And that's how I see it. Rob, you've heard me many times. I will back you no matter what you decide to do. But I just feel that you've done everything you can do in your power. Oh, can you keep trickling along like you are? Oh, yeah. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that fucking lovely? You're making yourself miserable. You're making your wife miserable. Your guys are ready to throw their hands up and run away. It's time.
Well,
not really.
And tonight they went out to say goodbye to the land that
Yes.
Hilda brought them back from Iraq and Afghanistan.
Oh, absolutely.
Where they were deployed.
Absolutely.
We built a home for everybody here. And so they went out to say goodbye. And then I found out that they had another time that they had illegals on our land.
Another raid.
Right. Not on our
Not on
property.
ours. It was on next door neighbors.
Okay, it was on the neighbor's
But that guy
property,
doesn't do
but
anything about it anyway. And
it's
we've been watching his to watch over ours.
it took the peace out of their ride, I think. You know.
Oh yeah, it puts them on the alert stage again.
Right.
You know, you go from 5 to level 1 in about 30 feet. Yeah. You go right back, and it goes right back to instincts.
I think what we need to do, Shane, I think what I really need to do is go YouTube dead, not go on YouTube for a while, and really, really get focused on getting this stuff moved out of here. And call this my last night of hard luck and my wife and me, and not coming back up.
Well, and when you do, don't call it hard luck. Then it's going to be called good luck.
Yeah, I think what I meant was I think it's time for me to leave YouTube for a while and really, really reevaluate where I'm at and what I need to do. And
don't listen to me. I'm just a silly old man.
Sometimes we have to find the center of our wheel. We get out around the edges, and that's when it starts wobbling, and it goes from side to side. And when you get in the center and you actually deal with,
you get more focused.
You get more focused, and you get a more solid base. And I think
you're going to be busy too.
All this fear and all of this arguing across the United States has made everybody so angry that they're vacillating on their personal balance.
Oh yeah, and everybody spun out to the edges instead of refocusing on the center.
Yes.
I think what we need to do is get away from YouTube and fucking get away from all this other shit and fucking concentrate on what we need to do.
You say that, but I'm probably going to. You say that, but I'll probably see you tomorrow evening.
No. You probably won't.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see how
this
it goes.
And thank you so much for everything, and we really appreciate everything everybody's done. But I do think it's time we go dark and just kind of do our thing and get things moved around and get things done.
Well, and I agree with a part of that. Just don't go so dark that none of us know, and you can't keep us updated, because even if you don't want to be on here, but you want little things put out, you are always more than welcome to shoot them to me, and I'll put them up for y'all if you want it to be known. If you don't, you know me, Rob. I don't say shit about shit. So,
yeah.
And we might post a video or two over on Rob Rat Bet. I'm not too sure,
Well, yeah. Just do a little quick 3-minute live. Said, hey, we're doing good. We're moving forward on our plans, and see you later. Thank you all. Bye. That's it. Just keep make sure that we all still know that you're okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss y'all. I love y'all so much.
Oh yeah, I don't want to lose them. But I mean, if that's what they've got to do,
well, that's what you got to do to be able to get to the next step.
We got how to.
I would too.
Even if I pull it down the road, I'm going to have to get the stuff out of it so it doesn't collapse.
Right.
Oh, golly. But, Rob has pointed out many times is that we have to remember history in order to not repeat it. And
Absolutely.
Rome was not as wicked as we have become as a nation. We have allowed a lot more. We're falling apart like Rome did. And there's
at a faster pace.
When you need to not rewrite history and not change things, but pay attention to it so that we don't repeat it.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm a firm believer in that.
Yeah.
Firm believer.
Mm-hmm.
He taught it to me.
Well, just because he's a big old guy doesn't mean he's a dummy.
No, far from it. Far from it.
You remember the show Sanford and Son?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Red Fox. He's talking to his son. What was his name? Lionel, or started with an L. I can't remember what it was. He always calling you, "You big dummy. Shut up and listen."
Yep.
Well, Rob's not that big dummy.
Well, that's like my dad. If you seen my dad, you wouldn't think, that he was, bright. But my dad had He was a master mechanic, master welder, and a master plumber. But if you met him, you wouldn't think of it.
Yeah, I've met a lot of people like that. They were just highly intelligent about a lot of different areas, and that's the only way you can make a living is being diverse in society. So Rob's got a lot of qualities to him that is just unhinged. You know, he went from farming
Yep.
to military to ranching, border security, and all in between. You know, the man's got a lot of knowledge packed up in his head that he probably can't even remember half of it until something jars a little piece. And it'll come out like a floodgates are opened. So yeah, it just takes that little jar and it'll open them floodgates and he'll be right back on his game.
Hey, y'all ought to write a book about y'all's journey.
Oh, I've been telling Rob about that and telling him I've got a publicist that would probably write it for him, follow him around, and he could just tell it as he's doing whatever he's doing. Yeah, they're a pain in the ass because they follow you around everywhere you go, except when you go into the bathroom and sit down.
I had I had a psychologist sit there, and he was listening to my story, and he said, "You need to write a book." I said, "I need to write a book." He said, "Yeah, you need to write a book about everything you've been through." I said, I don't know about that, but
we all have got, every one of us in this United States probably can have a book made about us, and it'd be some interesting reads.
yeah,
Because we all go down different little paths and try and love and lost and fail and error and
understand somebody else's path because you've been down that path yourself.
or understand somebody's path you've never been down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the hardest for people to accept until they actually live it through a book or a movie.
Or actually going through it.
Yep. Yeah, I've been telling Rob for a long time, get you a mini series going, like short novels, and just write little parts of each little piece of your path you would be willing to talk about. And I think that would be like the Old Yeller books that originated right here out of my town. You remember Old Yeller? Everybody knows Old Yeller.
Yep.
That story about the dog. I think they would go over just as big. And I think it would be phenomenal to hear the stories and little short reads like you used to get back even in the 1800s. Wild Bill and all them, you get the little short stories because they was following around like writing little short stories with them. I think it'd be awesome just to have them little short stories.
Yep.
Michael, Gail, we will definitely pray for your grandson. He ate something that wasn't that didn't agree with him, and you're taking him in. His name is Anthony.
All right.
Anthony. Yeah. I'm not a prolific prayer. I can put you on to some people that really are good at it.
Rob will do that right now. He's not bad.
Yeah, Rob is really good. I like Rob.
Our most kind and heavenly Father, we know you are so merciful and we know you are so understanding and so loving. Father, tonight we pray for a child that probably ate something wrong, that probably didn't agree with him and it's causing him a lot of pain and grief. Father, we just pray because you know him, Michael Bale's grandson, and you do know this kid. We just pray right now, Father, that you wrap your healing hands around him. Be with him right now, Father. Let him know you're there. And most importantly, Father, we know the merciful works that you can do. Father, we pray for all these things in the name of Jesus Christ, your Son. Amen.
Amen.
Amen, Rob. Amen.
Michael, Gail, Michael, I will let Diamond Lil know tomorrow so she could put it on her prayer list as well.
Yeah, and if I'll try to shoot Bonnie one too, and let her know. We'll get you on all the prayer lists we can get. I hope everything turns out well. Hopefully, it's just
Yes.
a sedative that can help fix it. So, thank you, Rob, for that. That was beautiful. That was perfect.
Yes, it was.
Appreciate you doing that at a drop of a hat. I appreciate that.
We used to do
I
it
was
all.
fixing to. And then Louise said, let Rob do it. I said, okay.
I'm gonna tell everybody right now. We're gonna get off the channel, and this is gonna be our last coming up for a while. We're gonna figure out our own life, and we're gonna go a little bit dark for a while, just because we got lots to do. We love y'all, and I gotta reevaluate a lot of things right now.
All right, bud.
I
Everybody
love y'all.
here for us.
I'll keep praying for y'all, and I love y'all.
Rob, I'll shut her down here in a minute, and we'll call it good for the night. And I may give you a buzz here in just a little bit if you're up to it.
I'm gonna be up for a while.
He's nodding his head. It's not coming through.
Okay. Well, Louise, you heard me say it, so.
God bless you all.
Yep.
God bless you too.
Have a good
And I
night.
love you.
All right,
You too.
ladies. All right, ladies and gentlemen out there in the chat world, love y'all. Red, thank you for all the hard work you do. You do awesome. I love y'all and all the mods
Yeah.
that help her.
Love you too. Shane. Love you, everybody.
Yeah, and I want to tell y'all, if it wasn't for y'all, this thing wouldn't be up. So please share it out all you can. Hit the thumbs up. Whether you subscribe or not, it's on you. I don't care.
It's
At
a
least
big.
share it. Yes, it's a big family. I'd like to see it grow, but you know, this is comfortable too. And I like the people that come around and share great information and just want to be part of something that's not about gloom and doom or opium, because I'm not going to spread any of that here. But anyway, thank you all. I'm going to shut down the live broadcast, and then
Did Chuck
I
say he was
will.
coming on?
He may. I don't know. He said he might. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this down so he can if he wants to.
Okay.
And then I'll just talk to everybody eventually. So thank you all. Y'all have a good one. Good night, y'all. Thank you all very much.